Hello, and welcome to our Midnight Feature presentation, for it is always midnight somewhere. Tonight, yet more Awful Hospital, this time our second installment of the maternity ward arc. Uh,
Oh,
Introduced via Chairs Creeks, here's Legend. Right,
hello.
yeah, you were muted, but don't worry, but that was loud in our ear.
Yeah, I dropped the microphone again.
Of course.
Yeah,
Uh,
this
Legend is
blanket
having
idea isn't working.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. 3, 2, 1, and recording. All right. But yeah, Legends likely going to have like issues
There's
with
gonna be some
rain.
rain sounds.
Yeah.
Motherfucking Zeus did not want me to record today.
No, no, no. We're pretty sure he's fine with it. In
And
fact,
why is
it's calming down now. We haven't heard a peep from it in a
who's
bit.
the who's the god of the rain? Is it Zeus?
Yeah, it's Zeus, god of storms.
Yeah. Well, he might interrupt us a little bit.
Yeah. Oh God! So look at this fan arts we clicked on.
Oh, big.
The parliament, the hospital. I just want to grill for God's sake.
Oh yeah, we gotta make cards of the
Oh
shit.
yeah, we do. We need to stream ourselves like making a full set.
Yeah, mono green parliament.
Hmm.
You suggested
We
that.
actually have quite a few things planned relating to Bogleach's works. Uh, where don't take this as a promise, but we started work on an animatic relating to the burger entries, which was a creepypasta that predates Awful Hospital but features Hamburger and his friends, including
We might
Barbecue Girl.
We might do a read through of that. I don't know if I'm gonna
Yeah,
read it myself before we
yeah,
do a read through that.
yeah. There's, eh, yeah. We think we will do like a pre-recorded like read through of it since it's all in a first-person perspective. But yeah,
Yeah,
we
you
have
said
read it. It is amazing. We are hyperfixating on it quite a bit right now.
you have Reddit.
Yeah.
Your best invention was a way to steal credit.
No, no, that's a rap battle joke. That is a
Yes,
funny rap battle joke.
yes.
Hmm, hmm. Anyways, we suppose it is time to begin our midnight feature presentation. Ooh. Anyways,
Ooh,
hmm.
all right.
All right, we're
Upgrade.
narrator. We're narrator for this section.
Are you still the narrator? I thought.
Because this guy's in charge right now.
Oh
We
yeah,
just
we are
switched it.
still.
We only switched it out last time because our voice was getting extremely tired. So,
Okay.
upgrade chosen: perceptual projectification enables transmission of perceptual information from sphere to sphere. Icelab will reveal select things to Fern that only it could previously see. Fuck. Our flounder. Our
Oh,
flounder.
our founder.
No, our flounder. See, there's an L in there.
I think that's the pun.
Yeah, precisely.
Yeah.
Anyways. There now. That wasn't so bad, was it?
Yeah.
Weird pictures? Well, we did spend a layer tinkering around in your perception parameters. It should be fine. Definitely.
So you're with Fern, was it? Well, you can tell her that her rancid hide cooks like garbage, not like that other strain scurrying around. Now, that's tender. Not that's tender, or now that's tender?
Think it's meant to be now. Bogleach, fix this.
Now that's tender!
Hmm. Ahem. Well, I slob. Buzzers, give Fern our proper regards and keep a tendril out for further correspondence, assuming we uncover anything important. unequipifying your employee hat to deposit you wherever you were previously, but it's not likely to function again once you've quit your first shift, as it were. And we're not so sure an impromptu job in transzonal nutrient delivery is high on your priority list. Check up on the break room before leaving.
Oh, what'd you call this? An oop?
Sure, yeah.
How does it work?
It really shouldn't anymore.
Wow!
I've never said this before, and I hope I never say it again, but I really think we should get back to work by now.
I say this every layer and shall continue doing so, but I really think you could go for some tastastical meat snacks, friend. Yeah, just a tick. I'm on a roll here. They all seem okay.
Okay, take the hat off.
Ah, ah.
Oh, look, that door had trans pride colors.
Trans flying colors, yippee! Now
Yeah.
scroll down.
Huh. Meanwhile,
Thusly, we see that I'm in a box again, aren't I? Hey, Doc, think, where were you last, coherent?
gosh, that was so much before fun got here.
Fern. That's,
Fun,
that's,
fun. Almost Sapiens 38. Gray zone 5'6". More toward 239. Urgent, Fern. Uh-oh. He's The
ah,
machine has gained consciousness.
Fern! The mother of the Parliament Dolphins, I remember! She must be worried half permadead about something. Come on, Doc, hold the coherence. Her,
Oh, we feel so we feel so bad for him now. Son. Please chant son with us. Son, 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 son,
of course, yes,
son,
yes,
son, son, son,
that
son,
was it.
son, son.
Her,
What
her,
was it, doctor?
uh, oh, her, uh, right, yes. As I was saying, lad.
Squeak, squeak. We feel bad for him now. We feel so bad for him
It is
now.
clear, ladies and germs, in my expert medical opinion, that the human beef must be reunited with its beloved dust orb's sun. It's where they get the D vitamins that fuel their locomotive combustion gizzards.
Look at this
Yes,
stupid flower thing. We
oh,
love.
that's a fern.
Oh, there.
Yes, of course. All of her. Her core, branches, whole shebang. She'll be made of vitamins. The real stuff, not some big farmbo sneak oil. And everyone will see how much doctor I am.
I do believe this may be one doctor. I suppose so, chap. Made sure to give them the exact same voice. And we love the proud little page here. Well, this
Of
is like
course
an
I deserve to be proud. I am number 1 doctor.
true. Also, this panel is very anime for some reason.
Anime. Love it. I'm a genius! Zoe, hold my calls. I'm going to find Ferp.
Oh, we feel so bad for him now. It reminds us of dementia a little bit, which is ah
I told you it was my favorite scene. Why
yeah,
do
we
you
can
think I
see
made it the
why.
thumbnail?
We can see why. Oh no. Oh, that's you.
Yeah, hold on, I gotta...
We're gonna take this as an opportunity to drink a glass of water. Glass of water, drink. Well, more sip of jug. So, or gulp of jug, really. Anyways,
Okay, sorry.
no worries.
Anyway. Oh no! Whoa, 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 what's that about? Oh boy, okay, okay, hang on. Hang on's okay, I think's the little Dr. Fella guy. Oh man, I think he gonna do a bad to firm, right? Oh man, I think I gotta find where their firm went after, but why I see that?
Look for Fern!
Okay, let's go.
A red, a red, a red, a red, a
Uh,
red, a red, a red, a red, a red.
is there like a big one somewhere?
No, we just decided it would be very funny to have one of them just randomly have a deep voice.
Yeah, it did voice training.
Yeah.
All this looking normal so far, nothing new here.
Check the office, then Fern's exam room.
Hmm. No friend, but it looked different, didn't?
Ooh, it's leaking in. Talk to the ear thing? Alert! Alert! All remaining units converge at 68099 blue blue 137. I love you, Slash. A lot.
Uh, uh, that probably okay.
Thank you, Ice Lab, friendly
You can
little
actually
guy.
see, he's wiping the sweat off of where his head, was.
Cute. Well, creepy, but also cute. Yeah, probably fine. Keep looking for Fern.
Okay, guys, let's go to the friend room. Oh, there you are. Come quick, she won't wake up. Oh, from Wellness looking like you always. From
Oh, Willis
Wellness.
looks very different. Well, not very different, but still different.
What you mean? You look exactly same.
Alright. Get to Fern!
Oh, okay, oh. I tried everything. Giving her more blood, taking out all her blood, yelling. Is she mad at me?
Oh, Willis, what's wrong with your new ability?
Here goes. Mm. Whoa! What's that stuff? Is that your lair? It smells like Fern's bloods, but someone else's bloods too. It smells bad.
Get that stuff off of Fern!
It really stinks. Did you get it? I don't see it no more. Fern's still asleep, but I think the bad smell's leaving.
Use your claws on the cocoon. Gently.
Oh boy, okay, wasn't that bad before? Pretty sure Frem didn't like that after all. You sure? Uh, okay. Oh boy, here goes. Here goes, oh boy. Uh,
Bleh. Wake up! Oh, that's you.
Wake up!
Bunnies! I guess I died again.
Fern! We were so worried.
Oh, Willis, I'm alright.
I want you to stay on this panel.
Yeah, we saw.
I already saw it. Okay. There it is again.
Is it a looping thing or is it something to do with the mouse?
Oh, it's looping. I
Alright.
checked earlier.
Looks like there's comments here again.
Yeah. There's always some comments somewhere.
Yeah, It looks like the comments have been reinstated. They're from 8 years ago.
Oh, cool.
36 comments is a lot more than 5. Huh. Weird feeling. What else is new, right? We better get going. Wait, what is that? Shit.
Uh, use your temp staff badge? Hey, that's right. Wait. Ah, shit, that's you. That's your line, actually.
Alright. Hey, that's right. I look like stats at the doctors with my badge. Looks like it's changed. Not sure if that's because I died again or because we're back in the patient's ward.
Hide? Go to another room?
Oh, dear. I guess this is a bad time for Fern. Estimating 6 layers to the doctor's arrival. He is presently in the hall. I would not advise utilizing the design
Designated.
designated exit. What about hiding spots? Calculating. Visual concealment unlikely to deter Phage's senses on all layers. Okay. What about that wrong way sign we got? What did I put down in our room? He's been fooled by Dumber. Not for fooled, Fern. Your behavior ripples through layer reality, manifest as subjective objectivity, circumstance within the doctor's exceptionally broad sphere of perceptual potential. In fact, I don't have time for this sort layer. Whatever. Oh, I'm. Oh, it wouldn't work because he's coming this way and would see you put your sign up.
Age is coming, and boy am I.
Oh no! Don't word it like that.
What?
Check.
I'm arriving, aren't I? I'm here to check on Fep.
Okay. Maybe hold
Anyway,
on for,
check.
for a bit, buddy. Uh,
Okay.
uh,
Check the. Is something actually happening?
yeah, we went to the next page.
Oh,
And your
anyway.
narrator.
Check the cake sign. You keep the apple thing in mind in case you can't find a way out of here. You don't really know what it does yet. You test the metal panel, and it comes off fairly easily. Touching it feels even weirder than looking at it. A nostalgic, yet sickening sort of feeling. Like something used to be better. Well, not better, just correct. But it's somehow nauseating. Why do you kind of like it?
Fern? Fern? Huh? You need to kind of hurry.
We're on another layer already, Fern. He's gonna get us. He's gonna lecture me for leaving Mom's room, Fern. Fern!
What? Sorry. How many layers are left?
Age is coming.
5 layers until doom.
Get rid of the panel and examine the flesh hole? Shaking off that weird sensation, you stash the metal panel under the bed for now and turn your attention to the meaty wall behind it. Remember when you fought the kidney stone on the other side of a wall like this? Maybe there is an alternative escape route? Wonder if the polyp guy in your inventory would know anything. But before you deal with that little twerp again, you try prodding at the flesh with your weapon. Tougher than it looks, quite a bit tougher. Try cutting into it, and it yields only slightly. You gather up all your strength and try one swing. Vern used slash. Uh, Seriously? Nothing? Just wall?
Estimating 4 layers left until pages arrival. Fern. Can you really not help me out here? I thought Crash was some kind of all-knowing computer god. I am certainly capable of some impressive function as his successor, but the abilities of this particular module are limited mostly to audio, visual, and smortual communication, likely a security measure to protect patients. To calculate an escape route with any significant chance of success would require at least a few more layers than we presently have. In fact, I'm afraid 3 layers now remain. What? Why? It would appear he noticed his reflection in the floor again. He is now attempting to beat the doctor to his destination.
Page is coming!
3 layers he left. Get going.
Okay, use the patient label on it. See if Willis can distract Phage. You quickly stick the label pin on the edge of gooey, familiar-looking on the edge of gooey, familiar-looking wound on the wall. Bog Leech! Fix this
Fixed.
minor grammatical error.
Yes, it ruins the entire piece. Bogleach, fix this.
Anyway, you quickly stick the label pin on the edge of the gooey, familiar-looking wound on the wall, and it changes again. A familiar-looking wound does not do anything.
Willis, do you remember that voice trick you did on Phage?
Oh, yeah, yeah! What should I say? What kind of voice should I do?
I'm thinking, well, I'm hearing you should try his voice. See if you can convince him he's already in here.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, what a doctor I am! That I am already here. I'm so great and smart and not dumb and not short, and there is no need for me to come in here if I am here already.
Chip, do you see anything out there? He's slowing. I think he's pondering something. He's chatting in ink with his reflection again. Will we at least spot an extra layer back?
Well, I need to discuss this with the smartest man in the room.
Of
If
course.
I'm already in there, why should I go in there? Why should we go in there, even?
Hmm. Anyways, your line. I don't realize
Age is coming.
right, okay. 3 layers remaining. For real this time.
Out of the bubbling chatter in your head, a single fleeting idea stands out. You fish around in your item drawer.
This is a wild one, but take the hairball and present it to the wound. Wave it in front of the wound or something. I think it's some kind of manifestation of Lacey, possibly an Earth, and showing a reminder of her cat might wake her up or make her sneeze.
Item used. Cat hairball. You found this inside Lacey the Wound, one of the weirdest things you might call a friend around here. Removing it from its bag, you hold it up to her look-alike on the wall. Oh, Pebbles, is that you? Kitty!
No. Bless you? Okay, Paige is picking up the pace again.
Age is coming.
2 layers remaining. Good luck. Lacey, I'm not sure I understand exactly how that worked and why you're here, but I am so sorry. We have to get out of here, like, now.
It's fine. Just wipe off your feet this time.
Oh, geez. Okay, I hadn't realized. Hold on.
You wipe your feet as best you can, even though they're no dirtier than anything else in the hospital, and it's kind of pointless. You hope this doesn't use up an entire layer. Aw, I meant when you got inside.
What? 1 layer remaining. What?
Age is coming! Hurry through the hole! You dive into the bleeding gash on the wall and find yourself in a familiar place.
Smells as bad as last time. Looks like we made a new door. Does, anyone remember where the other ones go?
Oh, one of them should go to Lacey's room in Mom's ward. She's got a other room down the hallway from yours. Another one goes to that weirdo maze you saw. You said you saw a bus one.
Abyss. Will it? Wait.
What?
Where's the eye guy?
Hmm? Hmm. Hmm. Ah. Ah. Um. Ah. Uh, uh, uh. Hmm. Oh my! What the healthy young man! Miser! Dr. Miser! Where the Nurgle are you? You must see this immaculate lad!
The immaculate lag.
The
Also, you can
immaculate
see
lag.
that the comments are back because here is comment. Here are 94 comments.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a
I don't
lot.
I don't know what goes on with the comments.
A message
I
to
don't
the
know.
world. It is okay to cry. Crying is not a sign of weakness. It is a pure human emotion. Boys don't cry, some say. No. Stone golems without hearts don't cry. Humans cry, and crying releases endorphins, making one feel better. All of you, let it out. Let out your bottled up emotions and feel. Feel the raw humanity and feel better. But my humanity's weakness. Being a stone golem sounds bad as fuck. Well, it's all
Uh,
fun and games until you explode from repressed emotion.
if y'all wanna feel some human crying emotions, I recommend the video The Truman Show TF2.
Oh yeah, that's a good video. We saw that.
Yeah, I also saw it. You sent it to me, in fact.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
I
yeah. It's
I'm
great.
I'm 3 steps ahead.
Yes.
Anyway, the slob thing regards you with its humongous, multifaceted eyeball, glaring like nothing's wrong. Ah!
I thought you were a goner. I have no idea what just happened, but it's probably not good. Even if it did save our skins. Does he even understand me, Willis?
I don't know. I thought you knew. Ah, Flo.
He has to, right? Sorry, I was kind of wary of you all this time. I still don't understand what you are exactly. But I know it isn't Jay, and I know you've just kept helping me for some reason. So, pet, 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 pet. I think it's about time I gave you a name.
Ah!
Name time! A
Yes.
name was chosen! Happy birthday to Isaac! Uh oh, cake.
Ah!
Uh oh, cake! 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 It's a cake! Run! Run!
Well, actually,
Run!
the cake is metaphorical.
Oh,
But I do like Isaac as a name. It sounds like Isaac.
yeah. Yeah, precisely.
All right, now investigate the bear trap.
Alright, Willis, Isaac, you two stay back. There's a stupidly obvious trap over here, but we may as well see what's up. Hmm,
Yummy yum, your favorite, isn't it?
not exact.
Snap! Oh, item found. Cat hairball. You just used one of these to open a new instance of Lacey the Wound. Now you've gotten another one. You should probably hang on to it. Think you're so smart, do ya?
No, I mean, maybe. I mean, we really don't mean any harm here. We're just trying to escape.
Stuff it. Listen, Missy, I got me a job to do around here. Something or other's making these here premises unwell. Aforementioned job entails a patrol for suspicious activity, and I haven't seen nothing more suspicious than you lot. No? You're suspicious.
Willis, please. Sir, honestly, I'm pretty sure what's making Lacey sick is an allergic reaction to her own cat.
So loud. Wanna break the laddie's heart?
Wait, you knew?
Docs are gonna know too if I don't find something else to clobber. What'll it be, Missy? You or the Moggies? Gonna put this gal through that while you use her for a bloody shortcut? I don't even know what to say. Really though. There are any still decent folk in the world.
Well, you're right. We really owe Lacey a lot by now, but I can't just let you frame us for an allergy. I don't even understand how that's a real thing happening right now, and I don't even want to.
How's about this then? I let you off just this once, but next time, you're not getting in here unless you found us a proper baddie.
I'm sorry, what? Is that ethical? It's from a cop, so probably not.
Hospital's full of rotten scoundrels, isn't it? Just send a nice tasty worm, or a shambler, or a pattern screamer our way, something. I can at least ticket for some nuisance behavior. This lass'll keep a kitties for a few more cycles, and you can pass through here just as much as you like. Just no dolphins, yeah?
Yeah, no dolphins. I'll see what I can do.
Cheerios, then. Before you can respond any further, the giant blood cell dissolves into the nearest gory wall. Yes, you're done here for now. Your viable exits, as far as you know, include Lacey's exam room, her own exam room, Lacey's surgical ward suite, and the plank maze. You'll have to choose wisely because apparently you won't be allowed back in here unless you can also send the blood cell guy a monster to fight. Sounds like an extremely bad idea all around.
Ooh.
Well, exit to the plank maze. You know that the doctors forget you, at least temporarily, if you duck into the plank maze, so it's probably the safest place to go for now. The familiar smell of moldy, rotten wood assaults your senses as you step out of Lacey into the dark, musty halls. The worst thing about the plank maze, you're pretty sure, is that you know you're never alone here by the distant creaking sounds coming from every possible direction, some less distant than others.
Willis, didn't you say before that you come here all the time, but you're not supposed to? Do you think there's a way back to the hospital that won't get us caught?
Probably, but I kind of smell the hospital every which way here.
Is that normal?
Not really. Check out that door. You could have sworn this door wasn't there just a second ago, but you haven't really explored much of the plank maze. You cautiously crack it open and peek inside, only for Willis to waltz right in before you can stop him.
Willis? Willis, our good boy! Oh,
Eh,
Willis, our good boy!
Hi, Mom's mouth.
Who's your friend? Smells g- good. Willis, what is this?
It's Yuri!
Shut up.
Careful, careful, Miss Ferns. Mom's mouths aren't smart. I don't think it'd listen to me if it wanted to gobble ya.
I see. Should that be here in the plank maze? So good.
Sure, they get all over the place. I even seen them in the gray zones, where you live.
That's nice. We can leave now. Or rather, that's nice. Can we leave now? She'll lie to you, Fern. Uh, what? Come closer. Tasty. Who's going to lie? Hungry, hungry. Come inside.
Ugh, we're in Mom's lunch layers. It's only gonna talk about foods.
Hmm.
Eh. The shuddering membranous tunnel offers no further insights, and Willis doesn't think it's a good idea to offer it anything edible that we have right now. You step back out into the hall.
So, was that Tori or wasn't it?
Uh-uh. It's a part of Mom, but it does what it wants. Her mouth's used to play with me more, but I think about these layers is eating everybody.
I still don't know much about any of you, but I'm sure that's because your mother's working very hard right now, Willis.
When's she gonna not?
I don't really know, but the more we learn about the Parliament and what's going on here, the better our chances of helping the hospital and putting things back to however they're supposed to be. And I think we will. Especially with how helpful you've been, Willis.
Really?
Of course, I'd be even more lost around here if you hadn't shown up. We should probably get back to my office soon and back to helping out Miss Ginny, but it might be wise to check around this place a little first. You can be the navigator. You said every direction smelled like the hospital?
Mm-hmm. Specifically up and left.
Up and left?
Willis gestures past you where the hall forks to your right. You don't question how that's up, let alone left.
Okay, let's remember that and explore a little first.
Good luck. Weird stuff's always creeping around here.
Yeah, but we're pretty weird ourselves, aren't we?
Hmm, not really. Ah, no.
Mm,
Uh, Three character combo there.
mm.
Go west. You thank Lacey for all her help and decide to listen to your bee thingies for now. Moving to your right and taking the left fork towards what is apparently Jay's room. It really might be a good idea to bring his journal to Dr. Mann if you see him again.
I read.
Ew.
Uh, is it just me or are these little guys, less little every time we see them? Uh, Hello?
Who cares? Their blood's gross. Peek into that door. You creak open the doorway you just found.
Howdy. Y'all wouldn't happen to have any maggots with ya?
Knock to the skull. You don't have any maggots, and you don't know why the skull is asking for them, but maybe you can get some useful information out of it while you're here.
Sorry, fresh out of maggots, was it? Just ain't feeling myself lately. Something about maggots. Pretty sure I need me a few.
The voice is feminine and friendly, with a southern drawl you might have found charming in any other context. It actually reminds you of Sandy Cheeks, and you ought to find that funny, but despite all you've seen here, including both a larger and gorier living skull, something freshly eerie about conversing with the plain, simple skeletal cranium. Perhaps it just hits a little closer to human than you've gotten used to.
Well, I know that feeling. Not feeling yourself, I mean. I'm pretty lost around here. You wanted to know anything about this maze, would you? Maze? That's what's out there? Afraid I ain't been out of bed for who knows how many layers. Can't remember much before that. What was your name? Can't remember that neither, come to think of it.
Hi,
Wallace!
Willis.
Willis, tarnation, I remember something. Terry's little rascal, you remember me.
Mom's name is Tori, but no, sorry. Am I in trouble?
Ah, heck no, unless I am too. Couple things are coming back to me. Pretty sure I knew your mama. Something about the hospital, something about something bad, I think. Could you have been a patient? Maybe even staff. As far as I know, this maze out here has been kind of eating and replacing the hospital, and the doctors forget anyone caught up in it ever. Sorry, and the doctors forget anyone caught up in it ever even existed. Tarnation, maybe we are in trouble. Reckon you might have just explained my situation here. Really need me the maggots, and I ain't even remember what those are. Just know I need them. Any idea what that red thing is over in the corner? That ring any bells? Yeah, that's important. Something about shoot. I remember I just had. Well, you know by now, hon.
If this is a staff member, then you know that restoring her form may give the hospital a fighting chance against the Parliament. But you know it may also make her as much a danger as a help to you. Only one way to find out.
What about those little guys made of maggots? Mag boils. Mag what? I'm recollecting something there, but I ain't liking it none. What if we take you to a place that might have maggots? Would you mind being carried around? I don't mind if you don't mind. Just keep my appendages out of the sockets. Just keep any appendages out of the sockets, you hear? That's personal.
Ah, no eye hole sex.
Shut up.
Take the skull to Jay's room. You scoop the talking skull up in one arm, doing your best to explain your plan tactfully.
There's basically a lot of bodies. A lot. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of maggots for you. Can't say I'm big on messing around with no gray zoning corpses. Creepy buggers, no offense. Certainly better than nothing, of course, and sure better an option than them mag boils. I think I remember now. Way too many of the buggers around here. Pretty sure that ain't a good sign. I've seen more and more of them myself. They got something to do with the zones breaking down? Something like that? Something like it. Don't know what might happen if I rebuilt my mask with one of them, but something tells me that none of us would like it. Wish I could think a little clearer, but it's tough without the rest of me. I'll be honest, the doctors haven't been acting right. If you're staff, I don't know if anything can clear your mind right now. You might even get worse. Won't know till we try. Fingers crossed. Yours, anyways. I'll be sitting here imagining I got me some fingers. And crossing them.
You tell Willis and Isaac to wait just outside of Jay's old room. You know the stash of human corpses probably won't upset them, but it feels like the right thing to do.
Don't really like this place. This guy was one spooky varmint. Must have made a baker's dozen visits to my place before he stopped screaming every time I said anything. Though maybe he'd lend me a hand or two once he finally got to talking back, but turned out he was just a freako. Shame, really. Wasn't bad looking, probably none too bad tasting either. Yeah. I'd like to hang out in here as little as possible. You don't need me to actually pick up the maggots for you, do you? Shucks, no, I got a feeling about you just tossing me inside.
Put the skull in the hole. Bracing against the rancid odor, you take down the tattered sheet and gently plop the skull into the corpse stash. You try to ignore the sound of what seems like the human skull rolling and wallowing in rot as you inspect the room, otherwise exactly as you left it.
Yeah, this here's the good stuff. Feeling great. That's nice. Remembering stuff too, important type stuff. Like how if you folks had just got to me some mag boil biomass without asking first, I'd have probably gone zonkers. Probably be eating it down to the core as we speak. Oh, swell. Huh? Oof, that ain't good. That ain't good. Oh boy, little doggy. Real prickly stuff coming back to me. You hang on, I'll tell you once I'm all pulled together. Dang it. What's wrong? There just ain't quite enough. If we only had a few more maggots.
Next.
What?
Sounds like a job for the More Maggots Fairy. Summon the More Maggots Fairy? Somebody call the More Maggots Fairy.
What's the more maggots fairy? We don't remember.
Oh, yeah, it's the most important character in Awful Hospital. Here she is.
What? Did is she just made up right now?
She's the most important character in Awful Hospital.
So that's a yes. Did somebody say more maggots? What is that? If you got maggots, but you only need a wee extra, the more maggots fairy is always watching. And that's me. Right, so me. Of course fairies exist. Fairies, don't be childish. Only the one, of course. Then why aren't you just called the fairy?
I love this sassy pose.
Yeah. Pleasure doing business with you. See you around.
We need to make that a card. We need to make that a card that
Yeah.
doubles your insects.
Yeah.
You're still
Ooh. That's the stuff. I remember. Burn! It's me! Entirely maggots if you're just pulling in. Hug. Squirp. Wait, you sound like... Yeah! Maggie? No! Sorta. Yeah, no, sorta. Ahem. All of us conceptual spawn at the right Mother Maggie share some of Ma's memories. You can call me Magdalene. And what do you know? I am medical staff. Thanks to you, of course.
Hey, Maddie, I have something to send to you.
Oh, we're ready. We're ready. Come on. Send it our way. We're
Read it
open.
before you
We're open.
read it before you say anything.
Okay. In case we don't want to say it on stream. Uh-oh. Let's see. Come on.
Is it loading?
Not yet.
Maybe look at it later.
Yeah, just I'd like to know if it's been sent. Just need to check up on some other things real quick. Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Maybe try sending it again?
Again.
Yeah.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Delete. Wait, that was the wrong person.
Alright.
Oops.
This is just the same panel as Fern, it's me! What did you... What's the difference? What
Look
did
at
you...
the look at the bottom.
Entirely maggots if you're just tuning in.
You misread it.
Oh!
And the
It's
audience at home.
amazing! It's amazing what can happen if you just change the letter M to an F.
Yes, entirely maggots. You're just tuning in.
Yes, yes. Oh, we have 2 concurrent viewers. Hello!
Oh, we have 2 concurrent viewers. The other one will never know what I sent you. Anyway,
Alright. It
we
was
have
just a panel with a
questions.
slight edit. Alright.
We have questions. Maggie proved to be a good friend, but she was also one big maggot, or some weird symbolic facsimile of such. Magdalene shimmers and ripples with millions of wriggling, seething little larvae, and you have to admit, you're having a lot of difficulty looking directly at her. That hug felt like getting a massage from lukewarm tapioca pudding.
I mean, it's still a massage. So wait a minute here. What do you mean your hospital staff thanks to me? The memories are still clicking back into place, but apparently you're looking at the surgical ward's core conceptual manifesto of biodebridement therapy. Apparently lucky enough to work under Dr. Circulatory, if you don't mind me swooning a moment. Swoon! Okay. I'm not
Yuri,
real... What?
Yuri,
Yuri. Yes, yes, yes.
Yuri.
We
This
ship it.
ties back into
We
the thing
ship
I
it.
sent you.
Yeah, we ship it, honestly. We already ship it. Look at them. Uh,
Yes.
I'm not real up to speed on my medical terminology. What therapy? Biodebridement. The gentle way to scrub a patient of any biomass what's gone too sour to salvage. You'll be happy to know I gave you a quick taste and you ain't got hide nor hair of necrotic tissue. But if you ever do, a cleaning's on me, hun. Ha. Ha ha. Thanks. That's great. Thanks. Now that explains how your job is my fault, my doing. Oh, right, right. Well, I'm not so sure it's gonna make much sense to ya. No offense. But when you helped Mother Maggie and her gal pals break their subzone at the Preservator's control, well, you set her right on track for an algorithmic conclusion as the alpha conceptoid of myaslia, center of everything magically. Wherever maggots and their convergent equivalents might manifest throughout existence, there's a little bitty piece of Maggie at work, including yours truly. Reckon without your assistance, my very field of medical work, and my very self, by extension, would have poofed plumb out of realness, retroactively like. Okay, I barely understood that, except that Maggie's become some kind of Maggot's god? Become one? Yes and no. Existence is a tricky rascal. You could say you helped her become what she now represents, but you also could say that's always what she's been. And you just stopped that from getting undone. Reckon her subzone ain't meant to end up on the chopping block to begin with. Oh! Oh? Got another memory back there. Yeah, pretty sure we figured out there was some kind of clerical error. One little bitty typo by some paper pusher wiped Maggie's protected status and nearly scrubbed her in her subzone back out of reality. You sure that was just a mistake? Well, admitted like, I reckon that their error might have been nudged along by somebody who ain't none too keen on this here medical facility. Somebody or other maybe messing around with ways to get us staff out of the picture. The Parliament? That's the varmints! That's one of the things I was gonna tell you when I was rolling around that heap of juicy bio vessels, but I reckon you know even more about them kooks than I do. I'm not sure. Most of their staff here don't seem to know anything. The Parliament's blocking that somehow, but you seem fine, and so does Dr. Mann. You wouldn't have to know much about him, would you? Land, oh gosh, and Dr. M still got it together? Good for him. So he is really a doctor here? To be honest, I still couldn't be sure. Oh, well, now you mention it. I suppose I can't be all too sure of that neither. He is an out-of-towner, and his integration into the hospital ain't entirely stable. Always reckoned that maybe because the hospital itself weren't too stable when he showed up, and I always reckoned that were just unfortunate coinkydink, or maybe he found himself a route here on account of whatever's eating up this place, collapsing zones and whatnot. Which reminds me of the other not good thing I was gonna tell you. Lay it on me. Pretty sure my head's only screwed on as right as it is, if I do say so myself, of course, on account of my office got ate up by this musty old dead zone before the Parliament did whatever it did to muddle up the other staff. In which case, I reckon that might catch up with me if I were to set Pseudopod back into the hospital proper. I could get back to my job in the surgery ring, working under sugar veins, don't tell her I call her that, and reckon that might benefit the hospital's overall stability. But on the other hand, I might end up just like the other higher level staffers, oblivious to the imminent threats and maybe even a direct threat to yourself. I ain't entirely Maggie, but enough Maggies in here that I ain't wanna hurt my friend.
Yuri, Yuri,
Yuri,
Yuri, Yuri, Yuri, Yuri, Yuri, Yuri, Yuri, take some items. Acquired 3 green potions. Has a heart on it. Somehow you know this means it's good for you. Acquired Jay's journal with a lovely illustration on it. Thankfully hasn't changed since you left it. Cursory skimming, you were thinking of showing it to Dr. Mann, but actually...
Boy, howdy. They'll sure had the predicaments. What do you guys know about this Slav stuff? Sounds like the red blight. I think us decomposers use the term a little different than you would. It's been a pretty big boon to our kind. Pretty much ushered in a new order to bio-vessel civilization. I'm getting bits and bobs of Maggie's research bouncing around my noodles, but to tell the truth, even she weren't entirely sure where it came from. Do you remember what I told Maggie and the others about why I'm here? Your little grublet, weren't it something like that? I think he's somehow the center of this whole thing. I'm pretty sure he's what they're calling Patient Zero. I got memories of your layers, Maggie. Memories of Maggie's blight studies and some of her findings on the Parliament, folks, but I ain't got memories of no Patient Zero at present. That had to mean I've been here in the maze, and the maze has been chewing up for a few more layers than your kiddo's been hospitalized. Wait, how's that possible? They definitely taken my son when I woke up here. Then I got killed, or one of my possible bodies did, I guess. And then I met Maggie inside that body. And then you're saying she discovered the Parliament and this red blight, and then somehow created you. But then you got stuck in the maze before my son, and I got here. And are zones and layers really that different from my perception of time? Right so, hun. But they ain't working quite right for us, neither. This here maze is probably an extension of both cause and symptom. On the upside side, that makes it easier for you to persist in some form or another, as long as nothing happens to your true core and its entire branchionation system. Seems like the blight only takes your vessels once they've broken down, which is good. It ain't changing the original you none. Reckon this blue feller's still persisting somewhere too. We turned him into a coffee cup. Oh, well, heck, there you go. See? You never know what's gonna happen. If you two have managed to hang on to at least some of your core stuff, same might very well be true for your youngin'. I'd also reckon the Parliament still ain't quite perfected what they're trying to do on any layer, on account any of us are still here and all. Also, it looks like the red critters ain't show any particular loyalty either way. Maggie figured out they were pretty much blank slates. They can learn, but they ain't start out with any concrete directive, and that works in your favor too. That explains a lot, actually. I've seen them mopping floors at the cafe, and you probably saw the ones that's been following me around. I don't really know why, but he seems to want to help me. Does seem to be ring a bell, but I was pretty discombobulated without my biomass. Think I could get a look at the feller?
Introduce her to Isaac. Now that you know Magdalene is a hospital therapist, it's probably now safer for Willis and Isaac to be in here with you than just outside in the maze, anyway. You step out of the room and wave them in. Oh! The headbones was Miss Magladine!
Close enough. I remember you too, Willis. how's uh how's your mama?
Yuri.
Yuri?
Busy. Busy with surgerin' or busy with their dumb old paintings.
Busy with the patient zero. Well, shucks, knowing her like I do, she's working as hard as she has to, and that might just be why we're all still here.
I guess so.
Look at you, though. You've been keeping Fern out of trouble, I bet.
We killed a big guy and we put Phage in a box and we changed the computer guy to a other guy and Fern's working for Miss Jeannie's, but that's a secret.
Shucks, that's all pretty neato. And who's your friend here?
Avrock.
I didn't see it happen, but somehow I'm aware he used to be Jay. Jay is still making more of these things too, even though he's also a coffee monster now. Sure is the blight, all right, and a mighty fine specimen. You likely gathered that whatever this here biomatter is. Its first order of business is to compensate for any major damage to the host. Unfortunate like, it compensates so hard it kind of, well, I suppose you could say it's thrown everything out in the process and started fresh. It brings in so much new information that it doesn't just fix an injury, but goes on to overwrite the entire being with something totally newfangled. Emphasis on the fangled, of course. It really ain't like the J feller anymore. It ain't even got anything that used to be his core, corrupted or otherwise. It's kinda like his whole place in the scheme of existence got purged to make room for this critter, and as a matter of fact, I ain't smelling any kind of core at all. This is just a branch. What's that really mean? I've had cores and branches explained a couple times, but I could always use another perspective. An original or true being is the manifestation of a concept core. And a concept core typically has branches. Whenever a branch ends in another zone, it manifests another entity, object, idea, phenomenon related to the original core. That subconcept can develop its own subcore and in turn send out branches of its own. But that's basically how almost all of us come to be. We're all cores and branches that spun off some other core somewhere. You gray zoners are dead ends. You each got your own true core, but it don't branch out no further from you, and you carry it around the same layer you physically manifest. That's why you tend to get only one brief bio instance and then kick the bucket for good. Fortunately, like as you know by now, the hospital's rigged so that don't happen here, and you just got transferred over to a new vessel, like any of our new other patients. And where did those come from again? You may have only the one lonely core, but there's still a lot of hypothetical alternate paths through the layers, alternate futures you might take. None of those possible yous are really real until your core takes that path, of course. So we scan for an empty you that's doomed anyway, click it out to final layer, and pop your core right into you. Pretty complicated procedure you probably wouldn't grasp, no offense, but I guess you could say we recycle one of your potential deaths into an extra life, a process unique to the true hospital. Anywho, back on topic. You got a core, I got a core, and Willis here's got a core, though he started out as one of his mama's branches with only a subcore, already functioning his own being, but simultaneously nothing but an appendage of Dr. Tori. Now that she lets his subcore ripen into a true core, they're capable of existing without any direct connection to one another, become two fully independent equivalent folks. But Isaac isn't that? Don't seem like it. He's nothing but a branch off of some other core. No core or even subcore of his own. He might develop one, might even adapt and survive if the link is severed, but for now he's just a little fingertip of a bigger being, and that bigger being's gonna keep replacing folks with its branches as long as its original core is out there somewhere. Reckon that original core is the old flesh the Parliament's on about in Maggie's research. And if your kiddo was really the patient zero, or the apex of this here outbreak, I reckon the old flesh critter is trying to use him as a conduit into existence. A central activity hub, as it were. What does that mean for him? Don't hold back. Worst case scenario. Ain't my area of expertise exactly, but I reckon it's in the process of replacing his core with its own. If it's were to finish that process, that's an if, mind ya. There'll be nothing left of his core to salvage and nothing left to do but unexistalize the malignant new core, which will in turn unexistalize whatever else that core has entangled itself with. Even whole entire zones. We'd be amputated and slaughter reality itself before it went any more sour. All I can say is, it can't be that hopeless yet if they got Tori on the job. Am I doing the right thing, messing around the hospital? You kidding? You got me back to functioning, didn't ya? You helped sort things out with Maggie's subzone, you fixed that blue feller. Well, it says you spruced up the computer system. Reckon we'd be even doomed there without your quick thinking, not to mention the unique advantages your very predicament. Awful lot of beings interconnected with the old flesh by now, but if it's using your son as its alpha host, I reckon your connection with it is the most direct. Ain't sure why you seem less afflicted than others, but I reckon the Parliament can't do nothing to block you from perceiving them, without it also affecting your son and their precious old flesh core in some similar fashion. So even if they know what I'm doing, they can only do so much to stop me before it starts to hurt them too. Reckon so. Now, we don't have to stop swapping ideas, but I think I'd like to get back to my office where you found me. What's left of it anyways. I'm getting mighty tired of wriggling around in here naked.
You head back out, and while you're at it, you update your notes. Oh yeah, we haven't checked the notes in a while. It is kind of a lot of reading for you, though.
Yeah. There's
I'm
only...
sure you want
Yeah, let's just save that for our own personal time. Also, our voice is bleeding through your... Oh, never mind.
your voice is bleeding through my microphone.
Yeah, it was, but now it's stopped. Not sure what that's...
If we talk at the same time, you think that might cause the bleed?
Maybe?
Like,
No,
say,
no, we don't think that.
like,
Alright, 3,
is that
2, 1. Banana bread.
Mississippi?
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah.
Okay. Head back to Magdalene's office. Ask more questions.
Hey, if you and Maggie are connected to all the universe's maggoty things or whatever it is, do you remember anything about these guys? Ain't got nothing to do with me or Mama. Not no more than they got to do with you just 'cause they have hands and feet. Ain't nobody can say where they come from. That what kind of concept they represent. You probably hear this a lot, but there's a lot of weirdo stuff out there. A lot of things ain't nobody know nothing about. But what folks do know is those fellas are a sign of trouble. And what about dolphins? Sign of big trouble. I got some memories of the one you faced with Maggie and her pals. Are they with the Parliament? Doubt it. If anyone or anything were capable of telling dolphins what to do, we'd already been goners. Luckily, the hospital's got filters in place to prevent any dolphin noise from shifting in. Oh, we killed one. In the maternity ward? Oh, well, fancy that. You, see how it get in, by any chance? It burst out of a worm. What? Get out of town!
I seen it too. So did Isaac.
I'll be! That's mighty clever of them. Horrifying and all sure, but fascinating from one of them academic perspectives and whatnot. What's it mean? The hospital's dolphin filters are a pretty high priority system. They'll be one of the very last things to break down completely. Worms, on the other hand, are an awful lesser nuisance. A zone's defenses against worm intrusion are one of the first things to go if the zone's degenerated in any way. which is, of course, a natural process for zones that are meant to expire, like your biovessels. Not so much a zone like this one. If worms are leaking into the hospital proper, it basically means the outer edges of the hospital's concept are starting to rot. If you saw a dolphin pop out of one, our flippery friends have figured out a way. Oh, our flippery fiends have figured out a way to wrap their cores in a worm host and snuggle on in undetected. It's pretty gosh darn alarming, really, but I gotta say, I'm mighty impressed as a scientific professional type.
Hmm. You returned what Magdalene calls her office, though it's hard to tell what it's really supposed to be like when it's not in plank maze form.
Hey, if we got any of the other doctors into the plank maze, do you think they'd remember anything too? Afraid it ain't likely. The corrupting influence would have to be at the core level and would stick with them. Reckon if I'm exposed to it at this point, there ain't no going back until somebody else fixes it. You know what? I might have been a little mixed up back there. I said Dr. Mann seemed alright, but it's really just that he's not trying to kill me or anything. He still doesn't seem able to address the Parliament, and I know he's come and gone from the maze at least once. If he's even partially susceptible, then he's at least partially hospital staff. But like I said, he might not be integrated proper. Reckon he might presently be a critter of both the hospital and your own world. Also reckon I ought to touch bases with him shortly. Yeah, maybe. But do you also have to know anything about buzzers, head bees, little voices in your brain? Right, that's more that they're weirdo stuff. Some folks hear little voices, some folks see stuff that what ain't truly present, some folks fall around by decrusterators or shuffle whalers or even now there's a nasty bugger. Point is, all kinds of wires get crossed as the perception ranger shuffles up. You and I could even be some wacko dream or story over on their end. Who knows? Well, at least they've been more or less on my side so far. Good. Reckon you can use all the help you can get. Which is why I think I've made up my own mind for now. Maybe I'd be good for the hospital, but I reckon right now it might matter more if I'm good for you. Even if I can only help you from here. Are you sure? Nope. But as far as we know, I'm the only upper level staffer who ain't all discombobulated, as it were, and I reckon we gotta hang on to that advantage as many layers as we can. I might just have something for you, matter of fact. I just need to fiddle around with a layer or two. Would you mind fetching me something to wear out of the dresser there while I reconfigure this here gizmo?
Customize the doctor. As you slide open the only drawer with anything in it, you wonder if Magdalene would let you borrow anything better to wear than your hospital gown. As your senses are assaulted by the smell like a hot dumpster on a very humid day, you decide the hospital gown is pretty nice actually. Yep, and filthy hospital uniform. Looks more like a Halloween costume than authentic medical wear. Magdalene will be able to restore your health with any visit back to the plank maze and replenish your emergency healing items. Greasy trench coat. Magdalene will sleuth information on hospital staff, both current and missing.
Oh, you need that one.
What?
The trench coat. You need the trench coat.
Oh yeah. I think that's the one the buzzers ended up going with, but let's read the rest.
Hmm.
Grimy repulsive sweater. Magdalene will focus specifically on investigating the bad guys. Crusty lab coat. Where do you even buy a lab coat in this shape? Regardless, Magdalene may recreate some useful non-healing items for you.
Hey, that it looks like our coat, except worse.
Yeah. It's a lot more.
Grimy and crusty, specifically.
Yeah, but I was gonna say it looks like sexy nurse Halloween costume.
Fair enough.
I think a lot of this like dressing up Magdalene thing is sort of Bogleach sort of inspired by the original idea for Awful Hospital, where Bogleach said he would like take masses of like nerves and stuff them into like sexy Halloween nurse outfits.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
In a musty tuxedo, Magdalene can assist in battles within or close enough to the plank maze. Hideous t-shirt. Smells like a farm. Magdalene will do a tiny bit of everything, but nothing as well or as often. And sticky sundress. Cuter version of the shirt, but also harder to draw.
The trench
He
coat seems
doesn't,
like the best bet. Anna would look cute on her.
he doesn't own pants. The Yuri is faster.
Yeah.
Choose the trench coat. Once again, it seems that the buzzers can perceive something you can't, and you get the strong sense that the trench coat will somehow be helpful. You hand it over to Magdalene, and she hands you a weird red thing. Trench coat equipped. Magdalene will put extra effort into uncovering information on the whereabouts and activities of the other doctors. And acquired. Phylactery. When you touch this object's surface, the very space around you feels like it's buzzing with millions of tiny wings. You need to drop an item or switch one with Willis to carry it, because I'm not going to draw Fern wearing it on every page.
I don't know. What did you say this thing was again? Dang it. Hold on, let me see how this thing looks downtown. Nice. Here's hoping a certain somebody else thinks so too if we get out of this mess.
Yuri,
Yuri, as for your new thingamabob, all as extensions of Maggie keep one handy. I'm high enough level I ain't need it, but you should be able to use basic level Hyptomancy as long as you're carrying it with your stuff.
new command Maggot Missile. It's not pleasant, but you can now unleash a ranged attack, in or out of combat.
Now, if you know the way, I'm thinking we should pay that Dr. Man a visit, and then get you back to that job of yours. Hopefully, this will help you out with all that dying and whatnot.
You'll be glad to get out of here soon. You've only seen mag boils, but you can feel that there are other things lurking and watching. More than once, you hear the sound of footsteps, slithers, and scuttles on the other side of the creaking walls, but always away from you. I wonder if they're afraid of the doctor.
Pretty sure this was Man's door. Further is the hospital right where the cafeteria is. Cafeteria? The hamburger guy, yeah. The chick with the metal thing for a head? A hot dog machine or something? Folks are supposed to get their foods of choice delivered from an external zone. We ain't supposed to have a built-in eating facility. Just a coffee place on account of us staff kind of needing the fix. Of course, can't really remember if that were always the case either now I mention it. Ah, great. What isn't frightening and terrible around here? You ain't.
Yuri,
Yuri.
Yuri, Yuri.
We
She's
know,
walking Yuri.
we know he's has her eyes set more on Dr. Tori, but we think she'd be cute with Fern.
It's Yuri all the way down.
Yes.
You think the image I sent you was just a joke? No.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Anyway, you step into the dark, dingy lobby where you first encountered Dr. Man.
Ain't seem like anybody's home. Oh god, it wasn't like this before.
Magdalene knocks on the busted door, which barely leans against the cracked frame. There's no answer, and the room beyond looks darker than usual. Next, you slide the busted door out of the way and into what was supposed to be Dr. Man's office.
It it wasn't like this. Not just the giant hole. Everything's wrong. I believe you. This place reeks of conceptual degeneration. A real sweet kind of smell. Is that what that is? It smells like cake. I noticed it the first time I woke up in the hospital, but I probably just gotten used to it. It's overpowering in here. Oh, cake! Cake!
Cake!
Cake! Computer beep beep. Dumb. This little crab. Yeah, everything is worse now. Yeah, that's the concept just being degraded.
I think there was a rat in here, but it's gone.
Hmm. Pretty sure my
Yeah.
office got swallowed up before this, but still ain't never suffered a level of this level of deterioration. If it got this bad this suddenly, what's that mean for man? Well, if he were indeed one of us proper, the state of his office will reflect the state of his core. Mine ought to start recombobulating long as I keep thinking clearly. So if his has gotten so much worse, and so erupts like at that, it ain't looking swell for the feller. Of course, it's conceivable the place began to break down regardless of his own condition, especially if he were truly integrated into the hospital himself. In which case, I reckon he might have just abandoned the place. Maybe he's in one piece somewhere. If not, I'm sure he's as recoverable as you and I've been.
Examine the room. You take a step into Dr. Man's ruined office, and an abyssal groper attacks.
Magdalene is unknown.
Yeah, you didn't give her the coat that has her do battle with you.
Oh, true.
Anyway, round 1. Attack.
Ooh, groper. Juicy abyssal critter. Just don't let her reach down your concept shoots. I don't know what that means. Is that what got the doctor? Ah, heck no. The doctor tied the last groper in knots without spilling his tea. Probably just came by to see the new zonal hole and fish for sustenance. Fine opportunity to practice your diptomancy. Give it a whirl. Okay.
Vern used maggot missile. For one fleeting moment, you experience the sensation of having an infinite number of tiny wriggling bodies at the same time. It's terrible. You feel a sudden forceful current through the sea of maggotness that ripples through your real self and erupts from your fingertips, hurling an undulating, abstracted clump of something or other into the darkness before you. You don't especially look forward to having to do this again. Damage roll, 3 damage.
That's it? Half your attack level, rounded up. But it ain't just doing damage. Listen, Isaac, how about you go all out defensive?
Let's use drink, 1/4 of opponent's current HP stolen, rounded up. Isaac used slash, 6 damage. Abyssal Groper loses 19 health.
You got this in the bag. If you're the type of Poindexter really invested in these here fighting mechanics, you might have deduced that maggot type damage reduces the target's level, making more of your damage rolls count. It might seem overpowered, but I reckon you're in for some mighty trickier fights as the hospital deteriorates. Heck, this is barely a baby groper.
Abyssal Groper used Branch Clutch. The thing's hands disappear, but you somehow can't quite pinpoint where. For a moment, you feel as though you're made out of guitar strings, and something is playing them. Badly. Damage roll, +5 modifier, 5 damage. Fern loses 5 health. Willis loses 3 health. Isaac loses 5 health. Round 2. Fern and Isaac attack. Willis, heal Fern. Fern used Maggot Missile. 2 damage. Enemy loses 2 levels. Willis used Transfuse. Willis sends 5 health to Fern. Isaac used Slash. 7 damage. Abyssal Groper loses 9 health. Abyssal Groper used Branch Clutch. Damage roll, +5 modifier, 7 damage. Fern loses 7 health. Willis loses 7 health. Isaac loses 7 health. Magdalene,
Hang
stay
in
stuff.
there. Hang in there. His level's down enough. He's just about done for.
Round 3. Fern used Slash. Damage roll, 5 damage. Abyssal Groper loses 5 health. And retreats! Victory!
Nice work. Reckon the little feller won't come groping around here again.
Next.
Looks like the coast is clear. Reckon you had the right idea to look around for any clues. How's about you check the file cabinet while I check the... Dag...
Hold on, let me see if the scissors come through this mic.
Oh, they do. They do. They do.
Yeah, sound effects. Anyway, an abyssal chatterer attacks.
Dag nabbit!
Choose your action. Yada yada. Round 1.
Should we, maybe just leave? From an abyssal? Wouldn't recommend it. Once they've taken an interest in you, they can be tough to shake. And they might have even leveled up the next time you cross paths. I won't let you get 8 here, but I reckon you could use some experience boost right about now. Let me see if I can patch up this here hole while you clobber this dingbat. Okay, getting the sense that if we can't run, we better patch up. Hope these things do what I think they do.
Fern used health potion. Fern regenerated all HP, but feels sleepy. It also tasted like garbage. Ugh.
Okay.
Anyway, Willis used drink. 1/4 current HP stolen, rounded up. Isaac regenerated 50% of max HP, rounded down. Some dummy or something also forgot that Isaac had 14 max HP and 15 attack after upgrades. Anyway, Abyssal Chatterer used Shattering. The constant rattling of the thing's teeth suddenly amplifies and amplifies. It sounds like it's coming from every direction. It sounds like 1,000 more sets of shattering jaws than you can see. Health restoration blocked for 3 turns. Oof. It feels weird. Watch out, Fern, it's a jerk. Alright, round 2. Everyone attack. Fern fell asleep. Health drinks have side effects. Whoops. Fern misses this turn.
Yeah.
Ain't any. Isaac used slash. Damage. That's not in character. She would very clearly say honk shoe.
Oh. Shoo. Shoo. Shoo.
That's more like it. Anyway, Isaac used slash, damage roll 7 damage. Abyssal Chatterer loses 12 health. Abyssal Chatterer used tat. All 33 of the thing's teeth fly rapid fire from its jaws like bullets from a pair of gleaming white bandoliers. The last tooth spent, a full new set pop into place, with a sound like an old cash register. Ching! Strike roll. 16. 1 out of 3 teeth hit 1 target. Isaac loses 11 health. Round 3. Fern used slash, 3 damage. Willis used drink. You still can't heal, but Willis still lowers 1/4 of the enemy's current HP. And Isaac used slash. Damage roll, 7 damage. Abyssal Chatterer loses remaining health and victory.
Nice work. Hopefully this ain't being read by nobody who's a stickler for the rules of 3 or nothing.
Hey guys, it's me, Bogleech. Guess who's a stickler for the rules of 3?
Alright, I think this will just about do it for. Whoops, got Straggler!
Abyssal Skittergramp attacks. Thanks for the recycle. Slow, wheezing speech feels like an ill fit for such a nimble little creature as it darts and jitters around the room. You suddenly recall a dead thing you found in the maternity ward supply closet, not long before the last time you died.
Huh? Huh? Oh, you're welcome? Recycling? Oh, Fern, you ain't just dumping stuff all willy-nilly into the hospital's recycling bins, are ya? Maybe?
We're friends.
Listen, I really gotta finish this up quick. Wouldn't it be safe for you lower level folks to come any closer to a hole this active? But don't you mind nothing this feller says, and don't let your guard down. Abyssal critters ain't savory, and especially not no skittergramp.
How rude. Choose your action. Round 1. Fern, talk. Willis, shield. Isaac, heal. Willis shielded himself. All damage to Willis reduced to 1 this turn. Isaac regenerated 50% max health.
Hey, it was really no problem. Just wanted to help.
Good friend. Abyssal Skittergramp used Taste Test. You feel the sensation of something cold and slimy wrap around what you assume to be one of your conceptual branches. It makes your spinal column twitch. Burn's attack lowered to 1 this battle.
Yuck!
Friend, good. Better if it stopped thinking. Round 2. Fern, Polyp, Willis, Shield, Fern. Shield Fern. Isaac, slash. Fern consulted the
You're
rambling
really
evil.
good at the creepy little thing voice.
Thank you. I'm kind of
Yeah.
going into the door. You remember the door?
Oh yeah, we do.
The door, but sort of more like you know Family Guy?
Vaguely. Oh, like the creepy
Yeah, the
like
creepy old guy.
pedophile.
The
Yeah.
creep well, I mean there's multiple pedophiles. Quagmire is a pedophile.
Really? Him too?
Yeah, him
As
too.
if he wasn't bad enough.
Yeah, no. No, I'm kind of going Herbert the pervert. That's
Ah,
his name.
fair enough.
Anyway,
Herbert.
Fern consulted the rambling evil correctal polyp. Ah, wondered when you need me to bail you out again. Yowza, don't like that, no siree. Level 20, no particular weaknesses, just fast as heck. Ah, too bad you ain't got some kind of big net or something. Willis shielded Fern. All damage to and inflicted by Fern reduced to 1 this turn. Isaac used Slash. Damage roll. 0 damage. Abyssal Skittercramped used Branch Gnaw. You get an impression as if a huge segmented root is being nibbled by a gummy, toothless little mouth. Automatic 9 damage. Damage reduced to 1. Round 3. Fern, block. Willis, try to catch it. Isaac, slash.
Willis, you don't think you could try to throw that shield of yours over him and stop him bouncing around, do you?
Oh, I could. His core is little enough. Except he doesn't want to get shielded, so.
Strike roll. Miss.
Ah, Klotz, hang on. I can try again.
Maybe.
Ew, ew.
Isaac used slash. Damage roll. 1 damage. The Skittergramp dodged.
What? Did you think I was just gonna stand there and take it?
Shut up.
Sands under. Anyway,
We
round
get
4.
it.
Willis and Isaac are blocking. Fern, deploy the kidney stone. Willis and Isaac, shield yourselves. Fern unleashed the baby kidney stone. 1 malady damage to opponent each turn. If you can get the creep to sit still. Abyssal Skittergramp used Branch Gnaw versus Willis. Automatic 13 damage. Willis is defending. Damage reduced to 1. Round 5. Fern, block. Willis, try to catch it. Isaac, slash.
Here goes.
Strike roll. Miss.
A 2.
Quit jumping around.
It's Isaac used slash. Damage roll. 2 damage, but it dodged again. Baby Kidney Stone attempts to inflict 1 damage, but the creep dodges. Loop found. You figured out the pattern. Try to catch him when he tastes a target. Block when he attacks. You didn't really think I'd make you wait through however many identical turns that's going to take until it works, did you? Anyway, round whatever.
I swear to God, when I get out of this place, I'm never getting out of bed again.
Willis used shield versus Skittergramp. Strike roll 20. Hit. A network of veins snap into place around the scuttering little creature, which begin to bounce around wildly as it searches for an escape. Oh, bother. Baby Kidney Stone inflicts 1 damage. Fizzle Skittergramp loses 1 health. Victory!
Meg, please tell me you're done fixing that wall. Oh, 12 turns ago. I've just been enjoying your fine display of strategy and strat-
Strategizing.
strategizing. Thank you, mysterious voice that I have no knowledge of and will promptly forget.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just the narrator, and Bogleach,
And Willis.
and Dr. Man, and Phage.
Wow, I didn't hear anything.
Anyway, level up.
We leveled up.
Actually, you want to make a sound to accompany Fern's
Right.
Fern's look of pure.
Da da da. Oh, right, this. Da da
Anyway,
da
level up.
da 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 da.
Da 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 da
Shut up!
da da da.
Narration! Sorry. Sorry.
Next.
That was rude. Sorry.
Anyway, with the hole in the abyss patched up, apparently, our weird friends take a closer look around the office.
Ouch. That stupid thing made me sick to my stomach. What was that, really? What the heck's the deal with the abyss? That was a skittergram, of course. What else could it be? The abyss is the empty space where there ain't a proper zone, of course. Shouldn't really be populated, but your gray zone is kinda just one step up. And we reckon it was probably some kind of abyssal critters that first colonized the gray zone's dirt balls, hence the physiological similarities. We call those planets. Wait, are you saying I'm related to the things out there? It's only a hypothesis, really. It's entirely possible it went the other way around, and some of you great folks retropopulate the emptiness. It'll explain why all them bizzle what's it look just like you after all, don't they? No? Tomato tormordo, I suppose. More importantly, you probably wouldn't dump any old dead matter into the hospital's eutrophication systems unless you know for sure who it is. Even some of the doctors and staff might be more hostile than grateful with the current state of our facilities. Fortunately, like, I can help you out on that front. Eh? You trying to tell us something?
Babbling up a storm, Isaac abruptly does something you've never seen before, emitting a floodlight from his huge compound eye that buzzes and hums softly. Whenever the light hits, the room changes appearance. Sorry. The room changes appearance.
Well, I'll be a Ford's grandma. Looks like our pal can percepto project. Difficult skill, that. We must be seeing what the feller's capable of seeing when we're not dragging his perception sphere along with our own.
Under the light of Isaac's, percepto projection, Dr. Man's office appears nearly engulfed in slimy flesh, similar to what infests the maternity ward, though it appears noticeably less vibrant, and it doesn't pulsate the same. More importantly, you're not alone.
Ugh.
Uh,
Who read this?
I think it was me?
Alright,
No,
well,
wait. I think it might have been you. You've been taking most of the Parliament stuff, but honestly, I kind of want to voice this one.
voice him. Please.
Ah, ah, it's you again. Lovely. And those things see me. Thank you ever so much. This is exactly what I need right now.
Well, how'd you do, little feller? You're part of that there old flesh trying to apocalypse us all, ain't ya? We messed up that last line, but it's fine. It's fine. Continue.
And you want to redo it?
Why not? Why not? Just for fun. Well, how'd you do, little feller? You're part of that there old flesh trying to apocalypse all us folks, ain't ya? What's your name? Right. Sorry. What's your name, little guy?
I suppose I'm called Jerry, at least insofar as I'm burdened with all this independent perpetuity.
Wait, I'm confused. This guy's what exactly?
Ish, you're even worse than those abyss morons. This guy is a thing that shouldn't be this guy, that's what. This guy should have just been absorbed with the rest of the old flesh spirals ago. Just like yourself. Just like that stupid one over there.
You're with the Parliament?
Ah, my mistake. There's a stupider one. Oh, regrettably, I'm not nearly valued enough for any of those bloated nitwits to care what I think. Maybe if they ever listened to me once in a while, you already wouldn't still exist to wiggle your imbecile noise flaps in my clean, quiet sphere.
I could smash you with my thumb!
You're welcome to try. if you want to watch two more of me spawn in my place, I suspect you would find that as tedious as I do.
Burn, dearie, how's about you let me handle this? Listen, Jerry, you were just wondering if you knew what's all happened here? And I'll be the officer one Dr. Man.
Sorry, doesn't ring a bell. That's a sarcastic sorry, which I'm not sorry for. This microsector's conceptual parameters were long evaporated by the time I sprouted, and the abyssal cavity was already leaking idiots all over it too.
I see. Anything else you can tell us about those Parliament nitwits of yours?
Oh, yes, plenty.
Well, shucks, we'd love to hear it.
I'm sure you would.
Eh, eh.
Hmm.
Actually, Magdalene, the Parliament has my son. Let me talk to this thing. Son!
Uh,
Uh,
Interrogate Jerry.
So, Jerry, let's try that again. What do you know about the Parliament of the Old Flesh?
I know you're not clever enough to stop them, and that's really saying something.
Stop them from what? Sucking everyone and everything into one big monstrosity, right? How? Why?
Because it's how things are supposed to be, you bloated twit. If you only wanted me to state the obvious, I've already called you a bloated twit.
Not the answer I wanted, Jerry.
Indeed.
Come on, Jerry. Your bosses ain't listening, are they? Reckon you wouldn't keep calling them a bunch of knuckleheads if they were. You can tell us anything. We ain't gonna tattle.
If they've ever checked their bloody suggestion box, they already know bloody well how I feel. We have nothing to discuss. Anything you need to know so badly, you'll technically know once we're all finally the same bloody thing.
Jerry, I am not screwing around here. I don't think you want to find out what I do to get some straight answers.
Oh, by all means, knock yourself out. Why not hurl me into the abyss? You get out all your little frustrations, and I could get out of having to smell you.
Oh, shucks, Fern, go easy on the little fella. He's got it hard enough. Don't you, Jer? Being your own thing's just the worst for you, ain't it?
Don't patronize me, sleazy. You have, sincerely, no idea. No idea. You have no context. You cannot possibly imagine the obnoxiousness of having to watch while most of what you ought to be is being burrowed by a near infinite continuum of bumbling morons. Please, don't try. I can't stand the sound of an entire brain cell firing.
Sounds pretty rough, Jerry. I'd hate to leave you existing even harder if, say, your parliament failed.
What's that supposed to mean? You're out of your element, gray mammal. Shouldn't you be mashing rocks together in some dirt hole somewhere?
I have friends here, Jerry. I shrouded the entire computer system. I turned the guy into a coffee cup. Who's to say I couldn't have them plop you into something that'll really suck? A spleen!
Ugh.
Yeah, maybe bunches of them.
Ugh. You wouldn't even have the guts for it. You're soft.
Oh, I literally have no idea what it would mean for you, which makes it literally impossible for me to care. I'm too stupid to even dream of how hard your poor, pitiful existence is, aren't I?
I don't care. It doesn't matter at all since they won't fail. In fact, I just remembered that there's so little hope of you halting the Parliament's inevitable success that I may as well tell you whatever you like for my amusement. I would almost feel sorry for you if this wasn't so terribly funny, of course.
Grill this jerk about the Parliament.
As we were saying, then, what do you know about the Parliament?
They're moron remnants of the old flesh, the original concept.
I know that. What was the old flesh?
Just what it sounds like, Flabby. A singular organic mass. I was alone and content in that peaceful bliss. And then it all went to shit. That's you. The shit. You're the shit that it went to.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
the one left.
Yeah, I get it. You sure don't seem to have a lot of faith in your friends, though. Doesn't sound like they're exactly one big happy family.
An understatement. Virtually every strain has their own ideas. How they ever managed to settle on this plan is anyone's guess.
Hang on, every strain? Just what are you fellas now, physically speaking?
Uh, Before it diverged further into the sickly messes you call your lives, the original flesh had already diversified into countless derivative tissues. Each of us are what remains of a single tissue type, more basal, conceptually, than even the organoids you call your patients. I suppose, in an obscene way, you could consider those hideous entities to be the conceptual children of the original flesh. Multi tissue systems are like your constitutional arthropoda and your sweaty friend here are effectively our not so great grandchildren.
Uh-huh, fascinating. How are you blocking the hospital staff from this stuff? Why can't they seem to grasp that you even exist?
Hmm, as if they'd let me in on anything interesting. Near as I can guess, they probably tampered with the hospital's priority systems.
Algorithms. Algorithms.
Algorithms. Hospital's priority algorithms.
The what? Come on, that can't be right. Doctor? Well, huh. Hmm. How to put this? We got a lot to deal with around here, and we can't afford to waste perception on folks that ain't got nothing wrong with them or any kind of form of business with us. It's a safeguard, so we give our care to whoever needs it the most, you know? Can't have folks just crying to us every time they want some cutie nurse's attention. But gosh, any kind of threat to us ought to qualify as pretty darn relevant. For the Parliament to qualify as AZP, absolute zero priority. Heck, that have to mean their presence somehow ain't recognized as detrimental to the hospital's operation, and they ain't qualify as unhealthy on positively any level in any continuity by any definition. And that really ain't possible. Everybody's at least got a paper cut scabbing over on some layer or another, so that ain't answer our question at all. Ain't the foggiest idea how they could have pulled this one off.
I'm sure they just blundered their way into it like they do everything else. You know what they say. Put an infinite number of dolphins in a room with an infinite number of typewriters, and one of them is bound to accidentally write something other than a fetishistic death threat.
Ugh, dolphins. Friend of yours?
Are you joking? They're the very poster children of the Parliament's end goal. Dolphins, though. That was their first campaign slogan.
They campaigned?
Of course they did. The remnants of the old flesh were an even more chaotic mess before someone got the bright idea to reclaim our wholeness. Many of us strains preferred to keep on stewing, naturally. We were all quite accustomed to wallowing, you must understand, squelching in the darkness between darkness, rolling with indiscernible contempt for the whole of reality. Something had to know hatred of all things on a hyperprimordial level, didn't it? And how could we go on hating all things without all those wretched things to hate? But, well, dolphins, though. That got 'em talking.
Sounds to me like you aren't really sure which side you're on yourself.
I'm on the side of just get this bloody ridiculous business over with already. Whether they can make good on their promises or we can go back to our wallowing, I just want it to be bloody done.
Tell me something then. If you hate existing so much, why do you have to drag us down with you? Why undo everyone and everything instead of just yourselves?
This is what I mean by how hilariously dumb you are. Unexistence is a lie, sweetie. A concept can fold into another concept, like the coffee thing you were on about. But some root idea lives in, and those of us closest to the original flesh don't get the privilege of obliviousness that you take for granted, no matter how we may manifest or re-manifest. We remember. Perhaps we don't remember that we were, or precisely what's wrong with existence. But we remember there's something wrong, and sooner or later, we inevitably stumble into the truth all over again. You have to live with the gnawing awareness that the rest of you Should be the rest of us.
Land, oh gosh, and when you put it that way, I sure am sorry about that. We keep trying to stop you from unexistifying us, obviously, but it seems only fair to wish you luck. That's not helping, hun. Yuri, 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 Yuri.
Yuri.
Yes, Yuri, Yuri. Jerry, you, Jerry, you realize we didn't ask for this situation any more than you did. I'm sorry you didn't want us to exist, but we exist now. We aren't part of you anymore. We have as much a right to keep existing as you do.
Oh, do you now? Do you really? Tell me something, Frumpy. How would you feel if you not only woke up without your precious arms and legs, but found yourself perpetually surrounded by a gaggle of brainless, honking clowns, just bloody frolicking around with your appendages like they're entitled to them? You tell them those belong to you, and they flat out deny it, or they understand, or if they understand at all, they just don't bloody care because they're having so much bleeding fun with your appendages. All you can do is lie there helpless while they dig around in your crusty orifices with your appendages. All you can do is stew while they just bumble and cavort and mindlessly honk their insipid joy noises out of their rancid breath holes. Don't tell me you wouldn't be just maybe just a wee smidge cross.
Yeah, well, I trade a lot more than my arms and legs to get back what you guys took away, so. Honk honk, jerk.
Ah, that's right. Don't think I didn't overhear you. The latest specimen. You made that thing in your guts, didn't you?
You,
Ah,
you go ahead.
I already guessed what you want to know, though. I only know so much myself. Your gutlet is very sick. Sick with a malignant biomass they've reverse engineered from their understanding of our original tissue structure. Sick to the core, as you've no doubt been told. But there not be existential levels beyond known cores? Is concept not a concept itself? Is that concept not a concept? If this one is sick enough, they hope, he can spread down through the levels of the subject's definition to the concept of all concepts, the primal root idea of everything, a cancer of being at its most distilled in universal sense, feeding, growing, multiplying, simultaneously replacing all things that are and ever can be, unifying it all back down to what it was meant to be.
For the first time, Jerry's tone of voice sounds giddy.
How do we stop it?
That's the beautiful part. None of us have even bothered to know. Why would we? Not knowledge we would ever need. If we had conceptualized a reverse mechanism, a cure, if you want to call it that, it would have inevitably leaked through the conceptual channels to the hospital's databanks already.
He's probably right about that. The hospital's the sum of all medical know-how. Ain't mean there's no fix, but I reckon he's telling us the truth that they ain't know it. I see. But there's a question that bothers me even more than that. I haven't stopped wondering since all this started. Why my son?
Oh, that's just adorable. You think anything separates one lab animal from another? Sweetie, the only thing special about your offspring versus our first million or so subjects that most of is that most of them rather swiftly rotted before we caught the trivial error in their protein chains. You should be grateful, really. Your progeny could have already died choking on its own pus if Shirley down in accounting hadn't fixed that bloody typo.
You know what? Fuck you.
Ah, no thanks. That's something you putrid animals do. Honestly, there's something far more pressing you ought to be asking me than any of that garbage. Anyway,
Yeah? What's that?
what an ottoman is, idiot!
Madwomen? Oh, what? Behind you. It's behind you. Intruder alert! Intruder alert!
Grab. Ah!
Bunk. Hmm? What? What?
Ah! Item used. Swirl Clister. Delicious Clister exudes swirl flavoring. Not for Ottoman consumption. Extreme volatility predicted. Ah!
Hmm? Hmm?
No, you're voicing the Ottoman.
Hmm? Hmm? Destruct sequence initialized! Woohoo! 5-4 Fools 2 2 1.
Free. Fine job. Fine job you're doing, simpleton. If you think I'm not going to file a scathing performance report, just you, well,
Go.
I think Jerry's voice has officially murdered my throat.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Anyway, finally use that damn sticky note.
Did we just blow Dr. Man's office into the abyss? Looks about the size of it. Well, the buzzers think I should use this little yellow note I found once. Actually on a door that used to be in the same room. They've kind of kept wanting me to try it since I found it, but I was never sure if it was safe or not. What do you think? Can't recognize the handwriting, but the smell feels familiar. Definitely something from hospital staff. Maybe staff that ain't around no more. Give it a whirl.
Item used. In order note. Will this put something in order? Probably only works on doors.
Alright, let's brace ourselves for any more monster guys. Uh, oh, what just happened? Near as I can tell, not without the help of this here jacket of mine, I think your little note does precisely the thing we just used it for. That is to say, if a room is lost to the abyss, it should restore that room to its last known state. Assuming there's still a door to pin it on, of course. That makes sense. The last time I was in here, there was an exit door to the abyss. When this note was on it, I think it was really working like an exit. What do we do now? Well, we didn't find nothing helpful in Man's office, that's for sure. And he's already disconnected from it himself. Reckon you ought to hang on to that note for now. But hold up, what about this exit? Exit to where? Shoot, it was forever ago. It was like the abyss, but there was all these weird little shacks.
Oh yeah, and that links to the first time we looked out into the abyss.
And moons like eyes blinking with different
Yeah.
markings on the door. Huh, that ain't quite right. I'd expect you out back in your own home sweet home. Reckon our exit system was just another thing ate up by the maze, and whoever wrote that note did all they could. Someone else to worry about, I guess. That reminds me, I still got a lot to take care of. Do you know any way I can get to the maternity ward without possibly bumping into Phage? Well, you said you've been to the coffee shop, didn't you? Yeah, from the maternity ward and the surgical ward. Exactly. Now that you've been there for multiple points, it ought to make a right fine shortcut.
Return to the surgery ward. Apparently, by their sense of smell and Faz, respectively, Willis and Magdalene easily guide you back to the maze's surgical ward entrance. You could possibly have also taken Lacey, but then you'd have to deal with the Bobby again.
Well, this is as far as I can go for now. But with this here maze expanding like it's been, I'm sure we'll be catching up some before we sort all of this out. See what you can do to restore hospital functions on your side, and maybe even get me computer access while you're at it. And I'll keep digging for intel on my end. Thank you so much. It really means a lot to have another friend here, Mac. I can call you Mac, right? Ah, shucks, you can call me anytime. Yuri,
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 Yuri.
Yuri,
I mean,
Yuri, Yuri.
y'all take care of
Oh,
yourselves out there, you hear? You find that boy of yours.
Bog Leech, double the Yuri.
Double it.
Double the Yuri and give it to your next project.
Oh, oh. By the way, I should really apologize for being so forward with you before I even properly introduce myself. I know me being made
Hey,
several hundred
I
million. Yeah.
might want to talk a bit louder into the mic.
Mm. By the way, I should really apologize for being so forward with you before I even properly introduce myself. I know me being made of several hundred million maggots is a bit distressing for your kind. No, it's alright. Proper hug.
Proper hug.
Yuri, Yuri, Yuri,
Yuri,
Yuri,
Yuri, Yuri,
Yuri,
Yuri,
Yuri,
Yuri,
Yuri,
Yuri,
Yuri.
Yuri, 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 Yuri. Anyway, uh, you bid Magdalene goodbye for now, agreeing to catch up later and compare each other's discoveries. The surgical ward is mostly how you left it. Mostly?
What's that new door? The pink one.
The pink one? Oh! Oh, we get to meet this character. I love this character.
Ooh,
Anyway, yeah. Cautiously investigate the new door? There's definitely something new here compared to your previous visits to Tori's surgical ward. But before you can decide for yourself if you should investigate, Willis runs straight for it.
Oh, I remember now.
Willis, wait, we don't know if it's safe.
Somehow, the little guy effortlessly creaks open the oddly shaped door. You're not far behind.
Oh my.
Hey, it's me, Willis. It's Willis. Hey.
Mm, Willis, we don't know if this person is even themselves right now. Mm, oh my. Willis, darling! However, how you been?
I'm fine. How's you been, Miss Dinny? I think you might have been deaded.
That's that's actually he spelled Dine. Dini, darling. But yes, now you mention it, I am feeling a bit demurdered. The hospital is not doing well, I take it.
Cautiously talk to the jar thing?
Uh-oh. It's trying... Mrs. Robinson, I think you're trying to seduce Fern.
Rule 34 artists? You know what to do.
They knew what to do the moment Magdalene came on screen. The moment Mag came on screen.
Yes. Anyway, Dine speaks in a tired, weary tone with an accent you can't precisely parse. Not that it would really have any earthly meaning either way. You gather from the buzzers that she's a jar full of leeches, which would weird you out if you hadn't just befriended a woman made completely out of bugs. So, you are definitely not a fan of things that want your blood, including the little monster you recognize in the birdcage.
No, the hospital is definitely not well, from what I understand. Whoever is your friend, Phyllis?
This is
Franny. I'm helping out at the maternity ward. Do you remember anything before you were de-murdered? A state of emergency quarantine. Interzonal travel discontinued to and from the hospital. Interference in our functionality by indeterminate entities. I'm afraid these are but vague impressions, fading quickly as my parameters resynchronize with but remains of our dear zone. Ironic. That's my way of being restored to my birthplace. I only lose coherency. I should not be many layers before I forget that I was ever gone, and much of that was ever wrong,
And much of what was ever wrong, I think.
and much of what was ever wrong. Yeah, that seems to be going around. I think it was just talking with another coworker. She's actually staying at the hospital for now. Very wise decision of her, whomever she may be.
It's Miss Magdalene. She's gonna help fix everything.
Ah, of course, she is always a clever one. Pity that my memory of her, too, is deteriorating as we speak. Do tell her I wish her luck both in this and her other endeavor.
Yuri,
Actually,
Yuri, Yuri,
Yuri,
Yuri,
Yuri,
Yuri,
Yuri, Yuri,
Yuri, Yuri,
Yuri,
Yuri.
Yuri, Yuri. Actually, how is your mother doing, Phyllis? She's working very hard on the big issue right now. Willis has also been a very big help to me, haven't you, Willis?
Huh? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. We exploded a dolphin, and I helped.
Wonderful. Not so wonderful that you would encounter a dolphin, of course, but its vanishing is certainly cause for celebration. You're growing up so rapidly, Phyllis. You still remember anything else, DNA, before you forget? Let me think. I believe we had deduced there was a medical ward too many. A medical ward too many? Yes. We, we could not determine which, but the number of wards was incongruent with the hospital's innermost branch areas, indicating that at least one was an anomalous presence. What are all the different wards here, actually? Can you remember that right? I feel that I will not recall much longer, indicating to me that several VODs may be missing, degenerating, or conglomerating as we speak, but our core VODs would be our core VODs, our core
Wards.
VODs,
Our core wards.
our core VODs should be general, surgical, maternity, and pediatrics. Maternity and pediatrics, psychiatric, vet- veterinary, inorganic, and worms! Worms! Our secondary boards are dental, optometry, cardiology, dermatology,
Optometry.
optometry, cardiology, dermatology, proctology, osteology, and urology. Which ones are now missing? I'm not quite sure in my current statement which is the unnatural addition. I cannot even imagine. I think I might have an inkling. What about you, Willis?
I
Ah,
am.
oh, sorry.
What?
Yours.
Taking more lines from me, are ya?
Sorry.
I don't know. They all smell right to me.
Speaking of my fading memory for Franny, I'm afraid I must warn you of something. I think I know. Magdalene said she might be dangerous to me if she reconnects to the hospital. Indeed, I can see that you are trying to help, but I know that you are not who you say, and I am afraid I will present an existential hazard to your well-being within another 2 layers. I understand. I'm sorry for barging in, and I'll get out of here soon. Oh dear no, don't apologize. You followed Phyllis out of fear for his safety, and I'm sure you are a wonderful woman. Medical staff, however, do not pose the threat to him that they pose to yourself, and I would strongly recommend you allow him to investigate facilities such as my own before you place yourself in unnecessary danger, especially as the deterioration of our function continues to spread. You're right. He did go through Phage's office for me, though Phage was kind of trapped in a box at the time. Again! Yeah, it was pretty funny. Guy seems like kind of a goof. You did not notice the half of it, darling. The stories we could share, assuming we come out all this, of course. Of course, maybe we can all catch up someday or some later or whatever. I guess I'd really better hurry along, just to be on the safe side.
Aw, but
Oh, don't think I've forgotten why you really love to visit Phyllis.
you mean it?
Assuming you have been behaving yourself, what do you say, Franny? Has Will's been a good child? Yeah, I mean, of course, he's literally saved my life.
Dinny takes a little bow, and with a slopping, plopping, gurgling retch, deposits a heap of wet, wriggling shapes onto her plastic wrapped tea table.
Oh boy, oh boy!
Remember now, just fun, and we won't tell your mama. Promise.
Choose an upgrade. Honeydew Butterscotch Leech. Willis's drink command will also cut the enemy's attack stat. Spicy Cherry Peppermint Leech. Willis can use 50% of own HP to generate a damaging Blood Bomb once per battle. Fizzy Plum Bubblegum Leech. Willis's Transfuse command will clear all negative statuses once per battle. And Sour Lavender Cranberry Leech. Willis's Drink attack will also inflict Bleed status.
These are all pretty good.
Yeah. What did people choose?
Ah,
Butterscotch one.
yeah, that's probably the best.
Drink command will cut enemies' attack stat.
Hmm.
The bloated leech deflates like a balloon as Willis takes it in his tubular arm, seemingly none the worse for wear as he tosses it back into the wriggling pile.
Thanks, Miss Dinny.
Come back when you've gained a level or two, darling. Now, you had best hurry along. I wouldn't want to accentuate your friend. You don't have to tell me twice. Good luck getting back to work, DNA.
Hurry out of Dine's office to the slurping sound of an ambulatory urn re-ingesting a heap of live leeches.
Miss Dinny is so nice. I'm glad we put her back alive.
Yeah, she does seem nice. I hope we're really doing the right thing around here.
Why wouldn't we?
I just can't imagine going back to your job already knowing you're in danger and knowing you're going to forget about it. But they all act like this is so routine. They don't seem like they're all that worried about any of it.
Huh? They're super worried. Their gels are all frazzled.
I don't know what that means.
You even fazz at all? You're so weird, Fern. Everybody's the worriedest I ever fazzed them. But they're glad too. I guess that's like what Mom always says. She says worrying about stuff is how you know you matter. If you didn't matter, nothing would feel bad.
I guess she's right. I really look forward to meeting your mom, Willis. For real, I mean. When we fix everything. You like the idea of Fern staying.
Check in with Chip. Before moving on, you decide to stop at the computer room. You never did get a chance to touch base with Chip before Phage chased you out of your exam room.
Ah, for Fern, I see your existence has persisted. I have been hard at work. Sorry, a little hiccup there. Some trembling for vines, but perhaps some good news as well. Alright, hit me with both. The data I've decompiled thus far would be rather beyond your understanding, but it provides me some context to extrapolate the hospital's present status versus ideal circumstances. Meaning what? Meaning I can measure to you your current situation. Here. Let's call this reading corruption. This is its hypothetical maximum. It would be at this point that the Z zone would be lost. Oh, it would be at this point that the Z zone would be lost entirely to the present deterioration. The level of wrongness, as it were. Now, let's call this. Let's call this second reading function. This reading measures how many of the hospital's functions are active, i.e., the facilities and the staff. In its perfect state, the zone would have all of its functions active and none of them correct. Therefore, this reading would be at its maximum and our corruption reading at its minimum. Oh boy, so where are we at? Here are the current levels. Yeah, I'm not liking that. It it is certainly far from ideal. However, allow me to calculate the levels as they would have been your first layer in the hospital. As you can see, comparing these previous levels to the concurrent readings, but the corruption and function have increased. But function has increased faster, which I believe we should consider favorable. I believe this rate is due entirely to your activities thus far, including the restoration of multiple staff members, elimination of several hostile bioforms, and of course your placement of myself as the new computer system. which brings me to my next subject. It would appear to have been a better call than we suspected. How so? My sense of urgency to be installed in this position was not a coincidence. The data indicates that the computer system was designed to host multiple specialized personalities, myself among them. Are you saying you were always supposed to be the computer system, part of the computer system, along with an indeterminate number of other missing or misplaced personalities? It is regrettable. My memory is incomplete. It would seem that Crash and I were essentially family. Oh, I'm sorry. You did what was necessary. I believe our enemies chose to eliminate all of us, but could Crash because he was the most vulnerable to corruption once isolated. You could say he was the youngest of us. If it's the Parliament's doing, and I'm sure it is, I'm getting really sick of them picking on kids. But if you were turned into a coffee server against your will, would that boss of yours have known? Flair, was it? I am not certain. I believe she simply adapts to what she is given to work with, though the possibility remains that she is associated with our foes, or alternatively, another victim of their interference. What do you think I should do next? I got a to-do list at the maternity ward, but we barely survived a dolphin, and then a bunny thing just slaughtered me. Jenny's taking a break last I was there, and she did want me to somehow restore the computers there. We also found another staff member, Magdalene, but she's staying in the plank maze right now. She thinks it might be safer. But probably correct. I suggest you return to the maternity ward and your tasks, but perhaps attempt to avoid confrontation with hostile entities as much as possible. Before we part again, I have another important figure for you. Oh, by my estimation, there are 10 key staff still missing in action, and I believe there are at least 2 more entities contributing to these decommissionings in a similar fashion to J. Oh, great! You're saying we got 2 more murderers, basically, but they're likely much more careful to hide themselves than old Blue. Be careful.
Ask a few more questions.
So, Chip, do you know where Dr. Page and Miser are currently? Well, we're way ahead of you. I can read comments too, you know. The next fourth wall break. It appears Miser is currently T-posing in the cafeteria, whereas Dr. Page is currently T-posing in the patient ward.
The T-pose really gets out all the tension from a long day of peer reviewing my own hard work.
Okay. Anything you can tell me about Dr. Fleetgood, by the way? Or Rory? Or any of the other doctors?
Rory Knight?
Shut up. I'm afraid the top personal files are currently locked and remaining staff directories are still compiling. The head ward doctors presently include Dr. H.M. Page, CE, Dr. Philippe Phlebotomizer, Dr. Circulatori, Dr. Ginny Specula, Dr. Fleetgood, Dr. Rory Shot. Blank file, blank file, blank file, blank file, blank file. I am not currently able to access any further information, but no active files are behaving any more suspiciously than any other. Empty files likely represent doctors who are presently missing or whose wards have collapsed. Okay, how does Dr. Mann fit in? His office was abandoned. Searching. No results found. Did you mean Duct Tape Man? No, never mind. Dr. Man was a human, like me, or looked like one anyways. I'm pretty sure you know who he was before. Now his office is trashed and we don't know where he went. If he was indeed the doctor with his own ward in the medical field, then the case would be that that hospital deterioration has either folded his role into the staff of another ward, or he has temporarily ceased to exist in hospital continuity. So the hospital has shoved him somewhere or lost track of him completely. Correct. Okay, one last thing. Do you know how I might be able to restore computer access in the maternity ward? Every ward should have a central computer access room, such as this one, but I believe they have been degraded. So somewhere in the maternity ward would be something that used to be an extension of my being and may require some manner of repair. I am afraid I cannot determine its form. Gotcha. I'll keep an eye out for anything computery, I guess. Thanks for all your help.
Head to the coffee shop.
Oh,
Hi there. What do you want?
well, we voiced the guy and you're voicing a girl, so that's fun.
Yeah.
Just passing through. Is he okay?
Of course. He was a good boy and finally earned one. Break layer. You're not open. Get lost. Have a great sub-spiral.
Yes. Joe gets one break layer.
One break layer.
He's very tuckered out.
Hmm.
I think there's a comment, or there was a comment. I think it's gone now. It just said the word aftercare. Anyway,
Fair enough.
you hurry along and find that you can return to the maternity ward's cafe door as long as it's where you want to go when you exit. Things look almost exactly how you left them before your run-in with that rabbit thing. Even the little egglet is still on the floor. It really is as if no time has passed. The little thing emits a soft, chipper electronic babbling. You deposit it in the egg vault, like you were instructed, and decide to head back to your office in the main wing.
Happy birth!
You put your temp staff badge back on, which fortunately has returned to saying temp staff on it. Everything seems quiet enough as you return to your office, until you're nearly back inside.
Oh, what voice did we do for Winterfred again?
What voice would you give this character?
Oh boy, welcome back, Franny. You have a visitor. Oh, Ginny? No, the other one. Who? Uh,
I love this face.
yeah.
Nobody is sensing any danger, and Winifred only keeps making that awful face. You hold your breath and open your office door.
There's Dr. Fleegood.
What's up, Doc? Is what ya oughta be saying on account of I'm the doctor around here. Nyuk nyuk. Seriously, sorry to bug ya, but can we yak? A little boy told me you was the new help, and boy do we needs it, I tell ya. Appears to be made out of felt.
Oh no.
Doctor,
This guy's more of a buffoon than Phage.
yak yak. Yak yak yak. I'm a victim of circumstance. Talk to Dr. Fleegood.
I hate this cliche, I really do, but Dr. Fleegood, I presume.
I'd say call me Phineas, but frankly, I wish people would quit calling me at all. I wish people would quit calling me at all. They're running me ragged here. Hey, this here dialogue icon may make me look a little weird, does it? Hard to tell from this side.
I'm
This
sure
here
what
dialogue icon don't make me look all weird, does it? Hard to tell from this side.
I'm sure whatever that is looks fine. You're the guy in charge of veterinary medicine, right?
Sure am, sister. I tell ya, people's
Don't.
ain't so good these layers, and I'd know.
Right, real quick. Can you define that word for me?
What would?
Dogs. Babies.
Means
Dogs.
what's little critters what's too helpless and dumb to seek out their own medical attention. My jurisdiction. He pulls out his little felt chest and gestures to himself with a little felt thumb. It feels like the only kind of answer you're going to get.
Right, right. Just checking. I'm sure you know things around here are a little messed up lately.
What are you yapping about now? Nothing wrong with little extra business. Not to mention all the free lunch I've been getting. Yuck, yuck. Only problem is, I seem to be a little understaffed all of a sudden. And that's where you come in, ain't it?
Yeah, of course. So, what do you need exactly?
I'm sure that Dr. Ginny told you already, didn't she? Bless her heart. I'm sure she's trying her best. She should have told you we got some unhappy customers around here. But I'm a bit too busy with important work to deal with all these goofball complaints myself. What's wrong with my...
Dogs.
Where's my...
Baby.
Why can't I go home? Why are you calling my...
Baby.
Uh...
Baby.
That sort of thing. Bunch of nonsense. Bunch of meaningless gibberish. Of course that
Dog.
is a...
Baby.
What else would it be? Ask more questions. Fleagood's unhappy customers sound very, very alarmingly like they're in a situation similar to your own. You feel a little ill.
Yeah. So, where are these customers again?
I just make a right toin at Ginny's office. Would you believe they used to be in that there examination ward? No wonder they are. No wonder they thought they. What? Examination. Yeah, that's examination. Examination. That their examination ward? No wonder they thought they was here about that.
Dogs.
Instead of that,
Dogs.
I don't know what numbskull mixed things up, but I pulled me a few concept strings and got to the waiting rooms resituated here in my ward where they belong. Speaking of which, I ain't had a chance to check them other wards again. You see any more
Baby.
owners around here? You be sure to let me know so's I can reprogramize them.
Will do. Of course.
Now, I got me some pretty important business to attend to, obviously, so let's hurry this along, shall we? They should have briefed you, but I practically gotta do everything around here. What else you need to know before you get started?
Oh, actually, this is gonna bother me until I ask. You keep saying dogs. Don't you treat, anything else? Fish, birds, giant worm monsters, or whatever?
Whoa there, Toots. We ain't use that kind of discriminating language around here. What?
Dogs.
Flappy?
Babies.
Writhe?
Dogs.
Never judge no
Baby.
by its cover.
Right. You said people's dogs weren't looking good and you've been really busy. What do you know about what's going on?
Eh? What's going on is I'm in this year's establishment's worst important doctor. Most
You-
important doctor. Thank you very much.
Freudian slip.
On this, I'm this here establishment's most important doctor, thank you very much. I ain't got time to worry about why the place is falling apart. That's just, that's what we got all these other schmucks on here on payroll for. Ugh. President company accepted, of course. Yuck, yuck.
Of course. What kind of help do the owners need, anyways?
Switch me. Probably want to know where the hospital stuff they're
Dogs, babies.
off to.
Wait, are you telling me you don't know? Aren't those your patients?
Of course they are. That's why I'm the one doing all this lousy paperwork for him. Practically ain't been out of my office for an ultra layer, and I still got pipes of the stuff. You wouldn't keep losing track of these dummies if my help didn't keep disappearing on me.
Yeah, I heard. Do you have any idea what might be happening to your staff?
Nope, ain't my problem.
Pretty sure it's... Actually, yeah, okay, fine. Not your problem, doctor. I'll see what I can do.
Next. Little Muppet thing strolls out of your office with a wave, waving almost as if he's on strings. Once the coast is clear, you're joined by Willis and Isaac.
You hear all that, Willis? What do you make of that guy?
I don't know. I've never seen him that much. Mom said he was hyper special.
Hyper specialized?
Yeah, that. And that he's a fringe doctor.
Fringe?
Yeah. She said a patient would have real special reasons to need him, and he didn't usually manifest.
I can imagine. Animal doctors don't usually work at our hospitals back home. They have their own places. I'm also not really sure how this place would even define a pet differently from any other patients I've seen, but it seems like that's exactly the problem here. Sounds like he's enjoying some newfound relevance, but also like he's taking patients away from the other wards, especially patients like me. I guess we better see how we can help, and if we can figure out a way to undo this mix-up.
Check for egglets. You check out the bucket, and there is indeed another one of these virtual baby things for you to tend to. It's hard to tell anything especially wrong with this one. It appears to be sleeping, emitting a gentle electronic thumb that might possibly be snoring. You decide you'll keep an eye on it and let it rest for now. Acquired. Egglet, a device that allows hospital staff to care remotely for babies across realities. Remotely for a baby across realities. You decide to shuffle around your inventory to fit this. It's hard to summarize what will and won't be useful, but you can always return to your storage drawer.
By the way, we now know where the skeleton on the skateboard is found. It's radical.
What, you mean the what skeleton on a skateboard?
In the support us on Patreon banner.
Oh. Oh. Okay. Investigate the veterinary clinic. You were never even certain if that was a doorway or some kind of weird trap, but you step into the giant dog head by Ginny's office. You tell yourself it's probably made out of plastic or something as soft tissue squelches beneath your feet.
Ooh.
What did you expect for this place?
Fair enough.
That's the exact type of bog leechian bullshit you should be, like, accustomed to by now.
Yeah.
Anyway, the giant canine esophagus is an uncomfortably long and humid walk before it opens up into a bright new space.
Honestly, bright and colorful looking for this.
Yeah. You get a strange sense of deja vu from this place, despite the certainty that you have never been here yourself. Probably because we saw Phage go in here. We saw Phage go in here with Molly.
Ah, okay.
Anyway,
Hi? Oh, right. You still have a line.
yeah. The giant stuffed caterpillar grubworm wobbles a little, but says nothing.
Hi? Yeah, I'm the temp staff, Franny. I'm supposed to check in with the guest here? Heh. Uh, what's up with this chick?
I don't know. I never been here.
Oh, great. I'm, going to go ahead and look around, I guess, if that's okay. Heh.
Eh. Anyway, try the cat door. From what Fleagood was saying, it sounds like this ward is currently occupied by parents like yourself, wondering what happened to their own kids. You're not sure how well you're prepared to deal with that, but unfortunately, the staff seem even less qualified right now. If you have no idea what to expect as you open up the first door on your left. It's soft and warm and emits a cartoonish drawn-out meow
Meow.
as it swings on its non-existent hinges, and you can see the back of its eyeballs.
Ew.
Anyway, the room smells like a mix of wet dog and buttercups. The furniture looks like plush, but the eyes look too wet not to be real. The pale thing seated in the strange chair turns its long, sharp end towards you, but somehow you know it's not a threatening gesture.
Hello there? How can I help you?
Mm, 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 mm. Pointed end of the figure vibrates as it buzzes, a sound like an electronic razor. Oh no!
Was? Did you understand that?
She says. Mm, mm, mm. Oh, she's going fast. She says, her baby got sick. Then she woke up here. Doesn't know where her baby is. Mm,
And the doctors don't understand her.
mm. He didn't make a word, but she's acided? Decided. But she's excited. Mm, mm. She can't believe he knows what she means.
All too well. I'm just temporary staff here, but your problem is familiar. I know something's really, really wrong with the whole hospital, and I don't know how well I can help, but I want to help. Any way I can. Can you tell us anything more?
Mm. Oh, okay, hang on.
We were about to
You
say,
said.
yeah, just don't do all that.
Mm. Oh, I did all of it.
Alright.
In buzzer language, this is actually just one syllable.
No. Anyways, continue.
No. What do you mean no? Do you know
No.
buzzer language?
We have eyes and we can see spaces.
Yeah, but I mean, like, spaces don't always
Just
mean, like, syllable
continue.
break.
Just continue.
Anyway, whoa, okay, hang on. She says she's tried to look for her, but she always gets sent back here by the staffs. And even when she sneaks past Sistine, the hospital is too weird. She says she got ate by some things, and then she smelt something real weird and hasn't got out again.
Does she know anything about this really good guy?
Mm, I'm not supposed to say that word.
I hear that.
Mm. Oh, huh.
What'd she say?
She says she's gotten impressions she doesn't understand about our little girl. Mm. Small, hard place and funny smells.
I see. Is there anything else?
Mmm. And she says that's all she knows.
Well, it's a start, and I do have a few friends here who can help too. I'm sorry that didn't catch your name, miss. That I probably can't physically pronounce it.
Mmm. It's Nicole.
Oh, hi Nicole. I'm Franny. Stay safe, and I'll see what I can do.
Mmm. She said thank you. And to be careful. Investigate another room. Nicole doesn't know much else, and you don't want to stress her out any more than you have to. You check the next door down, the one shaped like a goofy dog, and try to appear more professional this time.
The look at. Do you remember this guy going around the internet a few years back? The
Oh, the long horse.
long horse. That's right.
This is the type of thing Bogleach would call cute.
Yeah, it kind of is in a creepy way.
Yeah, it's the type of shit Bogleach finds cute.
Yeah. Anyway.
Bogleach, my personal friend who I know everything about. Anyway, the little
No, no.
anyway, the little being on the cat-shaped chair wobbles back and forth like a gelatin mold.
Hello?
Oh, good. This one talks in a way you understand.
Yes, hello there. I'm Franny, and this is my helper Willis. What can we do for you?
I help.
Oh, you're new. I'm Michelle. My boy. They said they'd be right back with him. That was 896 layers ago. We're
I check the
895.
check the yeah, we're on layer 895. You can't see it at home, but that's the page number.
Yeah.
Although technically there have been more pages than that, but it says 895 in the URL.
Yeah.
Uh, show Michelle the egglet. The tiny alien dad
Oh,
is
it's a
a very
guy.
the tiny. I guess we're just like switching the. I guess we're trading here. The tiny alien dad has a very familiar shape, and the buzzers seem to agree. You hope it's not weird to assume they're related. You guys better not be making us look like jerks here. You present the egglet to Mitchell. The little being on the screen stretches slightly and emits a slight whine before plopping back to sleep.
I just received this. What do you make of it? Oh, oh no, that's. I don't know. It's a phloem zoner, but I can't tell who threw an egglet. That's supposed to be you guys' job. I'm so sorry, I'm temporary staff. I'm sure you know the hospital is screwed up right now. It's what? I mean, we're having minor technical difficulties, sir. That's why I'm here. Of course. Of course. I hope I can help. Is this flows or slow? I'm sure it's fine. Why can't you tell me about your son? Well, for for one thing, he shouldn't be transmitting through an egglet. That's an interzonal device. I know we were brought here together. We rode Amber together. I remember that. I remember Amber, and he was there too. Amber, uh, that's uh, that's your coworker, the the one who brings everyone here. Kinda too big to miss. Oh, Amber! Sorry, I thought you said something else. Right, good friends. We go way back. Really? But you just, well, like I was saying, we rode her together, but my memory is spotty. I'm not even, I'm not even really sure what was wrong anymore. I think he, I think it wasn't good. He just wouldn't wake up, not hurt, no fever, no fever, just kept sleeping. We like sleeping, but that wasn't right. That seems to be the case for this little guy, definitely. Yeah, just, I don't know if we're the only ones. Or it's some kind of epidemic, you know? I've had pretty good company here, but it keeps rambling about my dog. I don't know what that is. I'm just assuming that's my fault. You see, its flows are slow, after all. You're helping me a lot, Mitchell. Honest. What else do you know about egglets, actually? I know how to operate them, but I can't be sure yet if I've been reliably told how they work. The intersonal stuff, I mean. Okay, didn't expect to be explaining your tools to you. No, no offense. He should not be linked with an egglet unless he's in some other zone. That's not in direct connection to the hospital. It could mean they sent him home already, and they didn't tell me. But that would be the best case scenario. He could be lost. Who knows where? The fact they already brought him here, that should mean he was a serious case. But if they changed their mind, I think they should have told me. Yes, absolutely. I'm as unhappy as you are. Believe me, when I'm done here, they'll have gotten an earful. They'll have gotten an earful from me. Promise. Is there anything else you can tell me that might help figure out where he is? Actually, yes, maybe I should have said so to begin with. But you know what they say about flows. When I sleep, which is a lot, I get ideas of strange place. How strange. It's dark, or it should be dark, but it's bright instead. Glows all around. And everything is bigger than it should be. You can see the bits that everything is made of. I see. Is that everything? So far, yes. I might know if I sleep again, but it's been hard, even for me. I'm too anxious. It's okay to be anxious. Let me see what I can do and see if you can get some rest. I'll try. I actually do feel better. You're so nice. Good luck, Granny. I mean, good luck with posing as a staff and all. That's dangerous. What? I'm not. You tip. Oh, your line. Legend?
Sorry, I turned my mic off so you couldn't hear like the thunder or whatever.
Oh,
You
fair enough.
tiptoe out of the room.
Fair enough.
Check the next room. The hamster-shaped door emits a tiny chirping squeak as you grip its little paw and turn it. It would be cuter if you couldn't feel a pulse.
Is that a gramophone? We can hear
Yeah.
our voice again. Oh,
Yeah, you want to
never
work
mind.
this one?
No,
You want to voice the gramophone?
no, it already has a voice. Hi there, I'm. Hello? Was this someone in here or? Legend.
Hello?
Yes, your line.
Ah, shit. I was checking the stream to make sure it could hear the gramophone.
Fair enough. It definitely
But
can hear.
the stream delay is a little harsh.
Yeah,
Anyway,
fair enough.
Sorry, Fern. I didn't know that talk. She smells pretty, though.
I see. All right then. Can I help you, miss? I'm sorry, I don't understand. I'm guessing I'm guessing our zones are too different. But if Fleetwood was right, then he brought you here because you have a child, don't you? Is that a yes?
Hello?
I really am sorry. I don't even know if you understand me either. I'll see what I can do, both about communicating better and about your child.
Photograph shakes visibly as it plays this sound again.
What is that?
Call it your parental intuition, but you suddenly have a theory.
Is that is that your kid's name?
Phonograph shakes even harder.
If that's a yes, can you repeat it twice?
The phonograph shakes even harder.
They sound lovely. Maybe we could narrow down more questions that way. Is there anything else you could tell me that might help? Nothing? Well, alright, but I'll be back. I promise. I need to gather more information, and maybe we can figure this out.
Check the whatever that is door.
Ooh.
You leave the phonograph thing alone for now and decide to investigate the animal door you don't recognize. Nothing really surprising about that, all things considered. The room is unlit and smells like iron. Something looms in the dark, and you can hear a ragged, wet breathing.
Hi? Can you understand me?
Oof. Excuse my sinuses. Of course, dear. Are you all right?
Sorry, I'm having a rough layer. I'm sure you must be too. I'm Franny. I know the other staff haven't been much help, but I'm here for anything you need.
How do you do, Franny? You can call me Heather. I can't imagine how busy you must be, but I can scoot over if you'd like a seat.
Whatever Heather's sitting on emits a low, muffled.
Oh, that's alright, Heather. I need to know how you're holding up right now. We've got a bunch of parents in here with their kids missing.
Oh, I know. I've heard such a ruckus. And that soft little doctor, I don't think he knows what he's supposed to be doing. Admittedly, I don't know where my baby girl got off to either, but I'd be more worried for your sake.
My sake?
She can be such a fine care. She can take fine care of herself, but, maybe a bit too much. I wouldn't want to be such a fragile thing in your shoes. She really is a good girl when you give her a chance.
I'm sure she is. Any idea where she might be? Do you remember what happened when you came here?
I remember it well. I was taking Allie on her first fog stalk, and we'd just about expunged some lower grade brute when the ugly thing, no offense, took a swing at her with some dirty old pole off the ground. Don't worry though, she got him good. We'll be sponging him out of 6 different zones for a meta spiral. That's my girl. Still, he had a bit of a boo boo. Nothing serious, not for my baby. That's why it was so surprising when Amber came for us. She sustained so much worse, and they've still only ever treated her as though one of those treated her through one of those egg things. The little doctor fellow, Farge, was it? Farge always said it was for her protection, for as much as theirs, but I know he was just being polite. Not that I'm offended. Couldn't be prouder of my tough little cookie.
I'm sure you are. How tough are we talking? Just out of curiosity.
And she smells too strong. Who's the little one? Don't worry, dear. I won't purge just anybody. My ally, on the other hand, well, hasn't quite learned to smell who's marked just yet, not without her mama. As for where she might have gone, that's a good question. She's an explorer, that one. She's an explorer, that one. A real drip off the old blob. She loves to climb. It's hard to keep her out of that abyss. Unfortunately, those poor things never see her coming.
I'm sure they don't. Kids, right?
You know. Actually, Franny, the last time I had the manifest here was to collect her myself, if you'd like my advice.
Oh, of course.
Well, they had her hooked to an eggy or whatever they call them, and she got it in her head to step through the other side. An eggier is a zonal conduit, you know, a makeshift doorway, if you're half as strong as Alify. Long story short, Paige had to show me how to trap her in an empty spare and send her home. Nobody could nobody else could get close to her, of course. I'd be happy to do it again, but well, it seems as though I can't make it very far from this room before I wake up here again.
I see. Any guesses as to why?
Hmm. Well, it's most likely something off to me, you know, but that would be quite odd. I don't usually go down so easy, and only doctors are usually that leveled.
You don't say. That's alarming, to say the least.
It is? It must be such a pain to experience a, what do you call it, a queer?
Fear.
That was it. Sweet, though. Do you mind me saying yours smells succulent?
I would, prefer you not say that. No, nothing personal.
Oh dear, I'm so sorry. Zonal etiquette is tough, you know, even without my big blumber funnel.
It's fine. Is there anything else you can tell me?
Nope. Just good luck. You'll need it.
Sounds like it. I'll, be back.
Cute. That's the spirit.
And finally, the fish door.
Go through the fish door. Still a bit rattled from the last intimidating room, you take a deep breath and push open a very slimy, scaly door that stinks of seafood.
Chair, but it's fish themed.
Nothing occupies the room but hanging fish decorations and a beaten up, stained looking chair.
Hello?
I don't see nobody. It's just stinky.
Like the plank maze or like the door?
Them too, but there's a other thing. It's weird. Try the blacklight?
Hey, here's a thought. Boys, you still have that light I gave you, right?
Oh yeah.
Let's be careful with it. Those sting things can be mean. But if they're the patients this time, maybe they won't attack us. Cliffhanger!
900th page fan art gallery. I'm just gonna read this little paragraph.
Alright.
Where did the time go? I've now been doing Awful Hospital for virtually my entire 30s thus far, and we're going to be 36 this coming Halloween. That's like being almost 40. Shouldn't I be writing comics about things like relationships and business meetings by now? I can't believe this turned into a series with 900 pages and counting. But for once, I'm actually almost satisfied with how far along we are in the story compared to how far along we were with the 800th page milestone. With the 800th page milestone. I was getting so concerned about this comic's pacing. There were times I considered cutting out Dr. Fleagood entirely, but he turned out to be an instant hit, and I think everyone who likes him is going to like him even more when all's said and done. However long that takes. I've also recently changed the rewards and goals on my Patreon a bit. Not many people here were using the $5 tier for the Q&A feature, so instead it gives you access to extra high-resolution artwork with detailed design and concept notes. And that was all the fan art gallery said, so I think I'm just gonna head out.
Alright. Love ya. See you around.
Wow, I actually really like that very detailed drawing at the bottom.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing, isn't it? We've just been hovering over it for the stream. That and the burger menu, which is
Stream? The
fun.
whole stream?
Not the entire stream. Not the entire stream. No,
didn't catch
no,
any of the
no,
pages?
no. You know what I mean.
Anyway, this concludes my 12:51 a.m. feature presentation.
This concludes our midnight feature presentation. And while this presentation may be over, remember, it is always midnight somewhere. Thank you and good night.